Master, dinner is served. Igor, it's not that I don't appreciate the effort, but you know I prefer my meals uncooked. And how many times have I told you about using garlic? Yes, Master. Forgive me, Master. Please. Bite into Paradelphia. Thursday nights at 8, only on Toxic Radio. Paradelphia, because what if it's all true?
Like listening to Toxic Radio?
Goddamn right.
But don't forget, this is the 21st century.
Join us in the social media world. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Pornhub.
Pornhub?
Ah, just kidding. Or am I? Toxic Radio.
Get infected.
All sports talk shows are the same, right?
I am bothered by everything.
You gotta go back to football school. The goal of this guy, it's just immeasurable.
Wrong. In a world filled with talking heads more interested in their own celebrity than actually knowing the sports world, it's hard to find the people who really care about sports first. Look no further. Wire to Wire has it all covered. These guys have the knowledge and the cred to back up their opinions. No hot takes to get attention, just straight up opinions. Know anyone else who correctly called the 2020 World Series and March Madness? How about 70% on the NFL and NCAA football last year? You don't. Bottom line, these guys know their shit. They aren't doing it for attention, they're doing it for passion. Wire to Wire, live every Wednesday, 8:30 Eastern, only on Toxic Radio and wherever you find podcasts.
What in the fuck happened?
Damn good question. What did happen?
I was here,
And then you weren't.
and then I wasn't.
Yeah.
And now you're back.
I was fucking gone.
Damn.
Hi, guys.
Hi, guy.
Hi, guy.
Hi, Vinny.
Your new co-host.
Damn Skippy.
Co-host with the most.
Damn Skippy. Hey, guys. First and foremost, obviously, for those that didn't know, you're going to find out now, and those that knew, had a little bout with the cancer come on a few months ago, and all is good. You know, I've gotten through my treatments.
Kicked its ass.
I got we'll see. We'll see in March. I think we kicked its ass, but
you were bored. You needed a little extra something.
Apparently, need a little more attention to myself.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what it is?
Me.
Is that what it is?
Me.
Yeah.
Had to catch up
The
with you,
better
son.
half was getting all the attention, so you needed some?
Kinda.
Yeah, it's that southern accent.
She's a rising star, you know.
Yeah, it's that southern accent.
And not only is she a rising star, you know, but you know, she's also my first official sponsor of Rock Metal Radio.
Whoa. There you go.
Massey Wellness is the first. No surprise. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a
cool.
no-brainer.
Keep it in the family.
That's
Absolutely.
Massey Wellness is going to be my first official sponsor for Rock Metal Radio.
Excellent.
cool.
Excellent.
Isn't that nepotism?
Of course it is, but there's nothing wrong with that.
That runs rampant in our...
It does.
Yeah.
Our campus got all kinds of that.
I can see where this is going to go. So
It makes the rat world
So,
go.
how did you get that? How did you get that over there?
Oh, I don't know. It's magic.
PFM. Pure fucking magic.
For those tuning in, the bell is back in effect. Fucking
All noisemakers are in effect.
bell bullshit. You're not reading any of this over here, are you?
I don't know what you just wrote down. I can't
All right,
read.
cool.
He might get mad at you.
Who, me?
Might.
Yeah.
I got to talk you into something.
Oh, that's all right.
If you're talking me into something, I got to talk you into something.
I'm down.
Are you cool with that?
Depends on what it is. I don't go gay, but I mean, nothing against it.
No.
but
$20 is $20, right?
$20 is $20. Right?
I mean, let's call it what it is.
All right.
So
Times is hard, man.
Times is hard. Times is hard. So look, man, did the cancer thing. We go for March. We go to find out, you know, if the treatment's got it. We think we got it. The doctors are all positive about how everything is gone. I want to take it right off the bat and thank everybody from the bottom of my heart. I've had so much outpouring of love. I mean, I knew it's not like it's not like I didn't know I was loved. You know what I mean? It wasn't like one of those things.
It's
but
nice
just,
to be told, though, isn't it?
there was an amazing thing that kind of happened during all this that that really kind of opened up my eyes, to how I perceive things, not necessarily how people perceive anything I'm doing anymore, but just how I perceive it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the whole experience has been pretty eye opening. But the one thing, and I gotta say, I'm also doing the introductions. To my left, Mr. Mark McCarty,
Hi.
lead guitar, Rat Rod. I kind of, as per usual, we just start the show and go wherever it's going to go.
That's
To
it.
my right,
This is a no-brainer.
Little John, pain in the ass, Rat Rod.
That is the official title. Pain in the ass.
I hear that an awful lot.
We got Mr. Vinny sitting in over on the side here.
He is the general.
There
he
you
is
go,
the
right
chairman.
there, right there.
That's the chairman
He's
of the
up.
board right
there you
there.
go, Vinny. Check you out. You're up on the screen, buddy.
There he is. He's the straw that stirs the drink right there.
That's
yeah,
the truth.
yeah,
That's the truth.
Yeah.
So I want to thank everybody again for the outpouring of love, both to me and to my wife. I mean, people have been great. They've been reaching out to her because, they just knew that, they weren't going to get me. And you're a prime example of that.
Again, there's that pain in the ass dick thing.
The what?
Pain in the ass dick thing. I go
What'd he
behind your
say?
back.
Pain in the ass dick thing?
He says something about a dick?
Yeah.
It's
you
kind of
know.
weird. He's a little weird.
That was weird.
Just keep it arm's length. Keep him at arm's length.
That's weird. Holy shit.
By the way, I heard 4.6 supercharged pull up, so our compadre will be here in just a few
Oh,
minutes.
nice. Did you hear that with the headphones on?
Oh, yeah, I'm good that way. I can
I can.
I can hear.
Did
I
you
can
hear
a-
anything?
I didn't hear anything.
I didn't hear anything.
I can hear a 4.6 from 50 mile away.
Holy shit.
That's why the name of the band's Rat Rod. It's all about them cars.
Let's talk about that.
All right.
We're just going to dive all over the place.
All right, whatever.
I'm going to try to watch the fucking timer up there, but whatever.
What's the timer going to do? Anything?
I don't know. It's a clock on the wall.
Oh yeah. All right.
I don't really give a shit anymore. So
Okay then.
the gentlemen you guys have been real busy the last couple of months, recording a new album.
Yeah, we've been dinking around.
Yeah.
What is
There's
it?
that word.
What is it? Did you say dink?
Dink.
Dink,
Dinking
dink, dink.
Dink.
Do you, Spaceballs.
Yeah.
Dink, dink.
Dink.
Dink, 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 dink,
Dink.
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 There he is.
Pop squat, bub.
Late, but here, and that's all that matters.
Hey, look at the fuzz job.
Dude, look at the beard on this guy.
He's trying to catch me.
Look at that shit.
I'm trying to catch nobody.
Wow. That beard looks good.
Thank you.
styling.
It's gonna get longer.
Mr. Bryce McCarty, how are you, my
I'm
friend?
good. I'm good.
Good to see you.
Yeah, man.
Rhythm
I'm good,
guitar
man.
player, Rat Rod.
Let you.
And
That is
part of
you.
the nepotism in the camp.
What do you mean nepotism in camp? Shut up.
Get a little closer to your mic.
See,
Get
see
outta
you show
here.
up late. Now Mike's got to work.
Stay close to your microphone when you're talking.
Oh,
Just,
my bad.
Just to, yeah, see, there you go. Now that's what happens.
Cool.
That's
how
what
this
happens.
works.
Do I?
Yeah. Do you hear yourself in them heads?
Yes.
There you go.
That's important.
Yes, very.
It's like in-ears, but not.
No, ahead of time we can't hear it in our
Speaking of
ears.
in-ears, did we get batteries?
Yeah, I'll get better.
All right, cool.
Shit you talk about 2 hours before a gig. Somebody get batteries?
Plenty of batteries. Plenty of batteries.
So Rat Rod's been been recording the new album for a few months now,
Yeah,
and
we kind of went down and hung out with our bud, your bud, Eric D, for a day, and
Yep.
I was getting ready to say 3 studios at this point. Yours,
Yeah.
Studio E,
Yeah, we spread
and
the
the
shit all
one
over
you're
the place.
currently
and
mixing in.
Ron Street Studio with Lance Walter.
That's
We're
what I was
mixing
going right there next. I was like, who is this guy mixing? Because I mean, I'm privy. You guys are awesome, and I'm privy to the tracks as you guys have been going along. And
Oh yeah.
when you got to this stage with this guy, I was like, wow, this, like, just hearing Helleride and hearing how Mike was mixed in on it. You know what I mean? It's not only is Mike's style, not to give away anything, but Mike's vocal style is a little bit different on this album.
He's
It's-
definitely involved in a
Yeah.
positive.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's still don't get me wrong, it's still Rat Rod. Like, you know immediately from
Mm-hmm.
the opening chord who you're listening to. So it's not it's not like some drastic change. He didn't all of a sudden start singing high notes and
No, we
being,
did. We
you
did
know.
introduce a little bit of Tchaikovsky, but only just a touch.
Yeah,
Just a
tried.
tip. Just a tip.
just the tip.
Just the tip.
Just
Only for a
Tchaikovsky's tip. Tchaikovsky's tip. I don't even want to.
See, you didn't learn your lesson the last time before you took the break.
I think I can just say this right off. Not tonight, obviously. There's gigs going on and there's things happening. But I think for now, whenever I invite Rat Rod on the show, I'm gonna have to pay Mike for an extra hour because I can just see, I can already see this is gonna go way the fuck off a schedule.
And agendas.
We don't have any agenda.
There you go.
Only agendas we got is
He's only got one. And
Listen to good-
Agendas are reserved for government. Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, let's not talk about it. It's a different
No.
show. That's a whole other podcast that I have in mind, actually. But,
Oh
you know,
boy,
I'll be down with that one.
Cancer made me angry.
I'm sure it did.
well, We'll leave that alone because that has nothing to do with music.
No, it doesn't. You're right.
Yes.
Mr. Non-political,
Oh no, I am, but it's just
Oh, he's
music.
very.
I was just poking around. A little
I
bit.
know.
Whose fucking show is this?
Vinny's.
Obviously, we took
Vinny's.
over. He didn't know what he was getting. He didn't know what he was getting.
Oh no, I knew what I was getting.
Yeah.
I knew exactly what the fuck I was getting. Trust me, I knew where it was going. But so 3 different studios basically. What's again the gentleman's mixing it for you right now?
Lance Walter.
Okay.
Up at Ron Street Studios in Philly.
Okay. He's like I said when I first started hearing this stage of the tracks and this guy when he was mixing, it's like ooh.
Yeah.
It's like
It's
I
good.
like the way he's got Mike blended in there on these. It's and I'm not going to take anything away from the band at all. It's like Mike's voice is very distinct, okay?
Right.
And at times it's I'm not saying anything bad, okay? This isn't a bad thing, but at times in the mixes previously he's been higher maybe than he should have been in the mix because again, it's like when you see Rat Rod live, it's a whole different experience than when you hear them, from the recordings. But I think these recordings, I think, are number one, I think closer to how you guys sound live in the mix, and number two,
Cool.
number two, just I'm really digging the way that he's blending Mike in there. I think he's found like this perfect spot. You know what I mean?
We're spending a lot of time with it, making
Yeah,
sure
it's-
we get it just right. We spend a lot of time with the vocals in general, both lead vocals and backing vocals.
Yeah,
we spend a lot of time on the whole goddamn thing. It's just
We
been-
actually have
Right.
backing vocals.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I actually took 3 days, 4 days at home on my own and did my side of the backing vocals and just gave him the files to
nice,
rock and roll with.
nice.
Just so we can.
Yeah, I think
Get going.
I think All or Nothing is the one where I'm hearing a lot of the background vocals, and I'm just like, oh, that's cool, because and that's another element that wasn't there before. So
Yeah, that's something that we've been growing as we've gone along. Is the backing vocals, and not just necessarily just gang chants, which are important to that style of music, but
melody.
trying to do some melody and counter melody and harmony where it's appropriate.
And Jesus Christ, it is hard to sing and play guitar at the same time. Just saying.
it's not. That's why not a lot of people do it.
Yeah.
Honestly, I mean, especially if you get down to a 3-piece band. So the
Oh,
singer
God,
is
yeah.
usually playing leads, rhythm, and singing. It's like that poor bastard. I always feel sorry for those guys. I'm
Right.
just like, he looks tired.
He's doing it all.
He's trying to remember all his different parts. You know,
Yeah.
that's my hats
Good
off to
times.
that kind. I can't fucking remember what I'm doing on 1 mic, 2 mics, 4 mics, let alone. That's just too much involved. Exactly, Vinny.
Yep.
Woo is right, buddy.
Yeehaw.
So, what are you laughing at?
Nothing.
We don't know what he's laughing at yet. But we'll find out.
Mm-hmm.
Dick.
Fucking bullshit. All right. That's enough of that. It's inappropriate. Every other Toxic Radio show, these are inappropriate dings and
These must be
buzzers
the
and shit.
appropriate things for this show.
Well, I'm wondering how it factors in. You can't really call it the inappropriate bell because
Everything's inappropriate.
it's
a flag on the play.
The fucking bell's been
Everything.
the bell's been.
Hey, you can blame Eric D on that because you didn't let me do it the last time. You took it away from me.
I did.
You left it there, and Eric got the ding. It's
Probably for the better.
Yeah, it is. I know.
I honestly, even though even your post you had the ding ding thing on there, I'd honestly forgotten about the fucking bell until I got here and I
How
sat
did
down
you-
and I was like, ugh,
You should have hit it.
I was busy. I was writing stuff down. I was preparing
Why?
because
You don't
I
need to
tried to come
prepare.
into this a little bit more prepared. Because it had been a while. I was a little scared. I didn't sleep last night. Did you see my post at 3 or 4 o'clock? in the
Yeah, I
morning?
did. I was gonna hit you up. I was just getting up.
I just
We have had
whatever nervous energy. You know what I mean?
We've
Not-
had that 3 o'clock in the morning conversation.
Oh yeah,
I'm getting up and you're still like rolling over.
trying to go to sleep.
Nah,
Thank God that shit's over with. Honestly,
I'm glad.
Like the one thing I went on a road trip. Let's all right. Let me not shift from that yet. Let me stick to the task at hand.
No
I'm sorry.
self.
I mean, dude, I've been gone a while. I got a lot of shit to say, and I got a lot of shit in my head. And every time I tried to write it all down and filter it out, I'm like, why? Why am I even bothering? It's not gonna come out that way anyway. So, as far as the recordings go, I know originally, obviously that date's been pushed back, but originally you guys were trying to do it by the first of the year. Where are we at now on the release of this?
Well, Hello Ride's official release as of right now is March 25th,
But we're gonna play that today.
We're gonna play it today. Yeah,
Okay.
we're gonna
Okay.
play it and hear it and all that kind of stuff. But
Sweet.
officially, it'll be out to all the streaming services on that date.
Okay.
The rest of the album, still not quite sure yet because we're about maybe a third of the way done with mixing.
Yeah, we're actually not forcing this one. We're taking our time, and
We've had several imaginary deadlines that have failed miserably.
I think a lot of bands can relate to that right now.
So it'll be done
When it's done.
The beautiful thing is we don't have the pressure of a record company breathing down our neck. So
That's true.
at least not yet.
You know, just
That's
our
true.
own, just our own.
Just your own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, your own label. So
Our
I
own
mean,
agenda,
again,
our own
you're
label of what we wanna
self-sufficient.
do. Yeah.
You can do it on your own time and how you want to do it. I mean, that's. I mean, Bullets did that with theirs. It took forever. You know what I mean? COVID and everything else, just like everybody else. But it's like the guys just were like, all right, I'm not going to announce dates anymore. We're just going to put it out when we're ready. You know what I mean?
Well, it's kind of funny. We recorded in September,
August.
August.
It was August. When we did
August.
the basic tracks.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, there is a
Hot.
fine line you got to
Yeah,
walk
it
though,
was
because
hot.
you got to eventually go. Okay, this is good. We're done.
Right.
So
you
you
can
don't keep
tweak
struggling
too
with it.
much. You can definitely
Yeah.
tweak too
Yeah, you
much.
could tweak the
'Cause
energy out of it.
It's
tweak
easy
the
just to
life out
sit
of it.
there and mix and mix and mix and mix and mix on the same song for hours and hours and days and just
Right.
Yep.
As far as Hellride goes, you and I touched on this when you sent the track to me, and I made the comment. And I'm just curious why. Why different tempo on the recording than the live track?
Because that's the way it was supposed to be.
That's what it's supposed to
Yeah.
be. The live track was an amped up energy fest the whole freaking show when we recorded that
It was a
live
good
record.
show.
It was a great show. But certain songs have certain tempos. That song live was just a little faster than it was supposed to be. Though you like it, and I respect the fact you like it, but that's why you got the live record.
yeah.
I know, but I mean, it's like it's for me, it's an adjustment. It's I think the song's great. Don't again. I'm not like nitpicking or well, maybe I
Sound like
but
you're nitpicking.
I might be, but
I thought so. That's
Wait.
right.
Stop it.
but it's like I've heard that song a dozen times, but I've only heard it live.
Yeah.
And even when you practice it, it's the same live tempo. And then
Yeah, it is.
you sent me the mix, and I was like, well. What
happened?
happened?
what
happened?
I mean, it was just because again, I know it as being this very up tempo, you know, kind of right along, and then it's like you almost half-timed it. To me, and it's just
Okay,
because
so
I'm
you're feeling of it,
and
yeah.
it's just because I'm so used to hearing, I guess, the live version of it. I mean, whatever, I'll get used to it. It's
But yeah, it's that the day we recorded it, he just Harry sent the tempo, and he set the tempo. No, well, he sets the tempo live too. But we had worked up to that point. See, we did pre-production recordings too.
right.
Before we ever went down there, we recorded at our studio and just nailed down exactly how we wanted things to be, and
Right.
that's where it felt right.
Yeah.
And it was really, really close to the original demo that I put together almost a year prior.
That was something that wound up a mistake in the. Well, actually, it was
It
just a
was.
little fun little.
Yeah.
A fun little. Mark started playing something. I went along, and at the time we had
At Elliott,
and Elliot just started playing,
That's
and
a while ago.
I still got the whole arrangement, that original arrangement, right here on this phone
yeah.
from when we
So
did it the very
Hellride
first
goes
time.
back that far.
April
Yeah.
19.
No shit.
It was before I rejoined.
Yeah.
2019, right?
April of 19. Yeah.
Yeah, April 19.
So I'm just trying to get a timeline in my head. The first time I heard it was the Delaware show at Bar 13, and that was October of 20, right?
Yes.
Yep. And that was the track. When you heard it, that was the track that made the live album.
Right.
So-
Oh yeah, that's right. That's the night you recorded it there
we,
too. That's
we
right.
recorded it there. That was
That's
the first
right.
time we played it live. It was a road test, and everybody loved it. We said, okay, it's going on the album.
That's right. I do recall
a
hearing
great song.
my big mouth at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
in the back.
it's in there.
You're in the crowd.
Yep.
If you if you listen real close, you'll hear it.
Oh, I know.
And
what
another
it is.
little
I know
trivia.
me when I hear me.
Another little Easter egg trivia thing. On Light 'Em Up on that record, you hear me drop out for a minute. That's when I walk over and give you a fist bump.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I left that in there.
Yeah.
Oh no shit.
Go back and listen to Light 'Em Up.
I will now. I'll have to now. That's funny as shit. 6 degrees.
That
of
wasn't also
separation.
that the night that you cut your guitar. Well, Harry cut your
Yeah.
guitar. cord?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Dude, that was a
During Mirror
weird
That was
night. There was
weird.
all kind of shit happening that night,
that
wasn't
was
there?
Mirror Mirror.
Yeah.
He hits the crash on the beginning of the second verse, I think it was.
Yeah.
Right, no,
Yeah.
before the second. Yeah, right.
Right,
beginning
right during the second verse, he hits a crash, and that cymbal goes, and it slices not only my pedal cable, But my audio cable off my wireless back to my amp, I was dead.
Twofer.
Just like that.
And I'm over here going, something sounds different.
Yeah.
Just keep playing.
It's just you.
We just kept trucking along, John and I, and it was like,
Sliced them dead, both of them. So we had to immediately run and get a cord.
That was
plugged
funny.
in direct. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
funny.
that was Jim Mayberry and
Jim
Joe
Mayberry
Smith.
helped me out with that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Joe Smith helped out.
Joe Smith always
Shout out
seems
to
to
Guitar
be
World.
like
Perfect.
Yeah, shout out to Guitar World.
Yep, right on.
That guy, Joe Smith. For those that don't know, Joe Smith. What's the best way to describe Wall of Guitars? I mean, he shows up at shows with literally a wall of guitars that he's teching, and I'm talking like
Yeah,
big
yeah.
shows and
Well,
festivals and stuff like
He's,
that.
He comes with his gear set up, ready to go, and the guys hand him the
He's
guitar.
got like a
Actually,
whole-
he takes the guitars from you.
Yeah,
You don't hand him
exactly.
the-
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
as soon as it comes out of the
Boom.
case,
Yeah.
it goes in his rack. He holds onto it. He makes sure everything good.
He checks what tuning you are,
Yeah.
and then he hands them to you.
He might even check intonation.
Yeah, I've seen the rack at M3 when he's done it there before.
And as an
it's like,
artist, you're
oh,
like,
shit.
Yeah.
you know you're in good hands.
And
them days you walk in and you see Joe's shiny, happy face, it's just like,
Yes.
It's gonna be a
Yeah,
good
whenever
day.
we tour, decide to tour, we need to take him with us.
yeah.
Oh, what did?
Can you afford
No
that?
brainer,
No, probably
right?
not. Probably not.
Just give him his own bus, cannolis. Load him up with
Very
cannolis.
nice.
Cannolis, good to know.
Lure him in with the cannolis.
There we go. There we
Like
go.
a little
You listen,
trail
Joe, we'll get
going
you
on
here
up
for
into
that.
the bus. Come on, come
Leave
on,
the
Joe.
guitars, take the cannoli.
But Joe's a guy that, you know, on a local show level, and especially because he lives directly around the corner from that venue in particular.
He's almost
But
always there when we're there.
And he-
in general.
and there's probably been more than one occasion where he's come in handy just because he's there and he's
Oh, yeah.
quick
Yep,
and he knows.
Even when he's not working, it's like
Yeah,
he goes.
it's
he
always when he's not
he
working.
jumps in.
He'll help out no matter what.
Yeah,
Like,
it's always when he's
He
not
jumps
working.
into like he's like, whoa! It's like flashbacks. Like
Yeah, what do you need? What do you need?
He, it's a funny story. Like when I think it was that October show. Actually, it was that COVID show because we were still wearing masks, and I think Joe worked that. He was just hanging out. He was just hanging out or
was
something.
hanging
Hanging
out.
out.
was hanging out.
He wasn't working, but he was hanging out.
So he had either Bryce's guitar or your guitar.
you broke a string, didn't you?
None on that show.
I break strings all the time.
It was the one where he was like, you use tens. What the
I never
hell?
use tens.
Okay.
I've
You use
never
12s.
once used tens.
What did you use?
He
I
uses
was using
12s.
12.
12. That's what I mean. He's like, you use 12s. I
Oh,
don't
right.
Have,
He didn't
I don't
have
have.
it.
I was like, I don't have 12s.
That was the different show where Bryce ended up playing my number 3.
That's
Yeah,
right.
because I picked it up off his stand. I'm
that
like,
was
crap.
the tantric show, I think.
Is there pictures of that?
Yeah, I think so.
Because the
Deb
contrast
took pictures of
to
it.
me, the contrast of both of you playing a rat.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That would be kind of a cool picture.
I mean,
Because
we
yours
can-
is always so shiny,
we
and yours
can-
is not.
We can rat up the white one if we want. I mean,
Good.
It's
If you
I
want.
like it
Can we
bougie.
set it on fire?
No,
I like the bougie.
Burn all that plastic paint off.
You want to buy me another one? Then we'll do it.
No, I just want to set yours on fire.
Why?
He wants to burn that plastic paint off.
What did it
man.
ever do to you?
It'll be cool,
But it's nice and
You could do a little Hendrix thing.
gold and
Little
white and
Ace
nice
Frehley.
and classy and
but it'd be way cooler if you did.
oh my
stop.
god, stop, stop it! All right, listen. Here, how about this compromise?
What?
When I buy my white Falcon, then we'll do it to the other guitar.
Can I partake?
Yes, you can partake.
Okay, cool.
I would be insulted if you didn't.
Cool. Can we like go a step further and like take a chainsaw and just little taps on it?
No,
I don't know about all that.
it's
That might
a
affect
hollow
this,
body.
that might affect the playability of you.
It's
Joe.
a
We could
hollow
take.
body.
We could.
So-
You know, put a ding or two here or
We'll
there.
turn it into a Frankenstein rat.
Eh,
Sorry.
Did you ever think that you were going to just burn $700 that quickly?
no.
I had 5
Listen,
months.
I have been known to light $700 on fire metaphorically with my car every now and again.
Is that
but,
like making it rain?
No.
No, it's making the
Making expensive mistakes with the car.
making Rock Auto much more
Much more profitable that
much more
weekend.
profitable that weekend.
Yeah.
I actually miss his videos from testing. Going on the road and
Oh,
testing.
every Sunday.
the
Yeah,
live,
the
the live
rap-
videos he was doing. It's
Well,
like he
maybe we'll
shows
rap
up
days.
in his car, driving, reading the text, driving down the road, looking at his computer to dial in his damn car, and I'm like,
Well, when I'm looking at the
see you
computer, I
doing
was
all
pulled
this.
over. I was stopped. And
The
I was,
computer, yes, but you were
But-
still looking at the phone.
It was usually at stoplights.
They were fun. I liked them. That was fun.
Yeah. Well, hey, maybe it'll
enjoyed
make a
it.
return. I mean, the car's just about settled down, but
You still don't have it dialed in?
it's been off
Damn,
and
bro,
on.
I had cancer and came back from it. You still don't have your fucking car dialed in?
I work
Dude,
every
it's
day.
kind of like
Maybe you need to talk to his doctor.
it's kind of like mixing. It's almost never done.
Listen, it's got to get. Yeah, it's almost never done, and it was my own stubbornness. A
Well,
lot
get
of
on
it.
it.
So,
Get on it.
well, just about there.
All right. So listen, we're gonna do a first quick break here. We're gonna play at the break "Hella Ride," which is the
Good song.
I hear this is a good song.
Yeah.
it's a good song. It's
my
a
favorite
fucking-
band.
It's a little
It's a
too
really good
goddamn
song.
slow, but it's a good song.
It's my favorite band.
Fuck.
They're from the boys named Rat Rod.
But yeah, this is one of the new tracks that'll be on the upcoming album called "Four on the Floor."
Four on the floor.
Yes, sir.
When we come back, we'll talk about some Rat Rod references because you guys do have a ton of them. and it's pretty cool.
You're right.
But we're gonna go take a quick break. This is new Rat Rod
Radio debut.
studio recording. Ooh, radio debut.
Radio
Radio
debut.
Radio debut.
New music now.
This is the new music debut.
Can you
of
tell
Rat
Mark?
Rod.
Can you tell Mark wants to be a voiceover guy?
He's got a voice for it.
He
You
does.
should do it. You got the
do
mics
it.
for it now too.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Ooh, maybe you can work out a deal with Mike in there and do some toxic tags.
I'll do it. Whatever
There
you
you
want,
go.
man. Yeah, I'm down.
Toxic
Yeah, I'll do it.
radio, get infected.
I'm down with that.
Say
fun.
toxic radio, get infected.
Toxic radio, get infected.
What do you think, Mike?
Ooh, there you go. He's gonna clip that now.
Nice.
Little quid pro quo, maybe. We'll talk.
Next time, drop your name, though. This is Mark McCarty with Rat Rod.
This is Mark McCarty with Rat Rod, and you are listening to Toxic Radio.
There you go. That's a good one.
I'm working, Mike. You see, buddy? I'm working. All right, let's play a song. Hella Ride.
Hella ride.
From the forthcoming album, 4 on the Floor. Third studio release.
Third studio, fourth overall.
Fourth overall.
Go figure.
Let's get your feedback on it, y'all.
Tell us.
And by the way, Facebook, I have the rights to play this fucking music. I'm tired of you son of a bitches muting my shit.
Hey, and furthermore, we own the copyrights because we wrote the goddamn thing.
Exactly.
Let it play.
I got them in here sitting next to me, so fucking have some mercy on my fucking radio show, you fucks. Be back in 5, y'all.
Yeah.
Hells yeah.
That was a fun little ditty.
That was a
I
hell of a
love
ride.
that song.
Hey, that last riff.
Where the song ends, that's your favorite part where it stops playing?
Oh, he didn't say that.
He was thinking that.
Fucking relentless shit. I was getting ready to say.
Took him right off the rails. He's in the ditch now.
I was getting ready to say that last little riff, just for whatever, it popped into my head is like this old school Def Leppard riff, kind of.
It's funny you mentioned that.
Yeah. Why is that, Mark?
Well, because we were messing around with a lot of Def Leppard during the times when we were arranging that song, as well as a bunch of the other songs we ended up putting on the record. We were digging on some Def Leppard. We never recorded anything.
We actually,
But we were playing around with High and Dry. We were playing around with Women. We were doing all kinds of different
Good song.
yeah,
Def
we
Leppard
actually
tunes.
were asked to do a Def Leppard compilation, but we just couldn't get it together with doing our stuff, and
Yeah.
there was a miscommunication. They told us to do one song, and we started to work it out, and we were ready to record it, and
Oh, yeah,
Apparently
by the way, you can't do that song. So we
Yeah.
were like, okay, well, we
Never
don't have time.
mind.
So
yeah, we
never
were out of
mind.
time.
Right.
But we may go ahead and do that song anyway.
Okay, it's
Just for our own
worked
shits
out
and giggles.
anyway.
It's definitely like the riff that I'm hearing at the end of there is definitely early. Like,
Well, that's the only
on
Def-
through the
that-
night
that-
and
It-
high and dry. Like that's that gritty.
Anything after Pyromania doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm right
way
there
we see
with
it.
you.
I know there's
I'm
probably a lot of
really-
people that are going to hate us for that. But
You know what?
And-
Opinions.
That's what's
Hey,
called
I don't know.
unpopular
Dude, do you know
And
how much
quite
crap?
frankly,
Pete-
I don't like anything after Pete Willis left. the
Yeah,
band.
Pete Willis was
First two.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's just my opinion. I think Rick Allen, or not Rick Allen, sorry,
Phil Collins.
Phil Collins softened him up too much.
Yeah.
Well, he came
His-
from
his
he came
influences.
from Girl.
Yeah.
And
Dude,
if you
Girl's
girl was
great, though.
girls, yeah, but they were more glam. You know what I mean? For
Nothing
sure.
wrong with that.
With Phil, like Phil in that band. I mean, if you listen to that early,
Dude, I listen to it all the
that
time.
stuff is it's
I mean,
amazing.
Just look at John. He's really into glam.
John is very in the glam.
I am.
Looks sick.
Look at them nails, bro. Look at them nails.
Creepy.
Yeah, look who's talking.
I'm not creepy.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
Vinny
you're right,
disagrees.
Vin. You're right,
Vinny
Vin.
disagrees.
I think, yeah. Vinny dissents on that opinion.
Yep.
wow.
Okay. Well, Vinny has spoken.
He is the straw.
I'm with you. I'm with you on that one, Vin. But no, there's I've always thought that there's and I bring up the Def Leppard thing because we've talked before privately just about that reference, and one of the things we were talking about is how he was kind of getting into that early Def Leppard
Still
sound, and this was like a year and a half ago. I
Yeah.
think, when we had this conversation.
Yeah, it
I
is.
just learned. What was it? High and Dry.
Yeah, you were messing with
Just
High
for
and Dry.
fun?
Yeah.
That's a good song.
One of
Yeah,
my
it's
favorites.
very
That's one
good
of my
song.
favorites.
That's a good guitar wailer too.
It
Oh
is.
yeah.
That's a steady.
He gave me a reason to dust off the Les Paul. Huh?
Dude, it's funny. I seen
That's
a
a Pete
thing
Willis
the other
solo, by the
day, and this guy was talking about Def Leppard and early Def Leppard, and he said basically, we all know that Pete Willis got out because he drank too much. Getting kicked out of drinking too much. And Def
From
Leppard
Def
is
Leppard,
kinda-
right.
it's kind of like
the
getting kicked-
notorious underground backstage thing that they had going on in the 80s. and that guy was too much.
Yeah,
It's like getting kicked out of Def Leppard for having too much sex with girls.
Well, it's like getting kicked out of Guns N' Roses for doing too many drugs.
Yeah.
But
all prerequisites, by the way, for those individual bands.
But they were saying, this guy was saying that he thinks the reason Pete Willis actually got kicked out is because they wanted to go poppy, and he was the metal guy. Like he was the.
It would make sense if
keeping
you
with-
listen to the
because
first
they were
two.
they were like
They're
part of that
very
new
guitar-driven.
wave
Yep.
of
New
British
wave.
metal.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then they went
they were.
now they're like-
79, I think.
79 was
78 or 79 was on through the night.
now they're just college radio.
High and Dry was 81.
So it would have been 79 probably.
Yeah.
So now they're just college radio.
Who's college radio?
Def Leppard. All like the
I
now
wouldn't
now it's
No.
it's
I wouldn't even
adult
go that far.
contemporary.
Yeah, it's no contemporary now.
Oh, they're considered adult contemporary.
Well,
I guess you could say that.
everybody that all them ones were downstairs on the round, now are like
Did you notice the head
Stacy's
bobbing motion
mom.
he just did when he
I
was
did
talking
see
about
that.
being in the
yeah,
round?
Yeah. Makes you wonder what he did in the round.
I did absolutely nothing. I wasn't that lucky.
Derailed.
You know how it is.
It's all good. It's all good. So, I want to apologize. I hope you guys had a good time at BenDQ last year.
Oh, shit.
We
yeah.
did?
Absolutely.
I was in and out, obviously, all day long.
Otherwise predisposed.
But just know, I could hear you in my room. You're right outside my window. You know what I mean? And also, I want you to know on another note. Again, I'm bouncing around again, but
It's your show. You do whatever you want.
back to it's true.
Our boy's here.
That's Is he?
Yeah, he's outside.
Who's here?
Okay.
I'll move the little guy. Stand behind us.
Okay.
I
Do
told
we
him to come
want? Do we? Okay.
Well, at least come in.
What happened to me? All of a sudden, I've lost my ability to speak.
It's all right. Words are not important. Grunt.
So
just grunt.
So we got a bunch of things going on today here. Look, it's my first show back. I wanted to have the guys in Rat Rod on, one because they're family and I love them to death. And it just was going to be an easier slot for me after a couple months hiatus to have comfortable people in the studio.
And
so
we're thrilled to be here.
In addition
like
to
us?
that, I still love you. In addition to that, this one over here,
the pain in the ass.
the pain in the ass,
Goddamn
aptly
bass
named.
player.
Does it say that? Yep, it does. Look, pain in the ass, Rat Rod.
The goddamn bass player.
Yes, he is. So the pain in the ass
Wait,
over
he's-
here
Yeah, he's on his way.
got a hold. He's on his way.
Yeah.
Not
So-
here yet.
He's not in the building.
I don't know. He just said on his way.
Okay, so
Okay,
he's not in the building.
Surprise.
Yet.
So he's not in the building yet.
Tell him to let you know when he's in the building.
That would be helpful. So apparently, what's going on here? Should I even say it now, or should I
You
wait?
Whatever, it's up to you.
You can.
It's your show.
Okay.
It's your show.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
technically, it's not. We took it over.
That's it's our. It's actually Rat Rod Radio now.
I think you did.
it's the rat. It's the rat pod.
Is that a mutiny?
I think
What's
you did
the
it
rat
last time.
pod?
No,
Yeah,
it's not a
what?
mutiny because I'm still here.
Oh, right. Right.
We haven't taped you down yet.
Hijacking. We're hijacking.
I'm still at the head of the table.
Well, how can the table... never mind.
This is the head.
Front and center. He is front and center.
My world. My world.
His rules.
In my world, this is front and center. In your
Will's
world,
world.
that might be front and center.
Will's world.
Ugh. No.
Party on.
Party time.
Excellent.
No.
Excellent.
No. Shh.
I'm in Delaware.
Party on, Wayne.
I'm in Delaware.
Party on, Wayne.
Party on, Garth.
Party. We got the engineers cracking up.
Now we got
They haven't
Wayne's
had.
World.
You haven't had this
fucking
much fun in a
90s
long time, have you?
references. 90s references, Wayne's World. We're spanning the fucking spectrum again. I lost my train of thought. That's okay.
That's our
Wait till we get
Okay,
those
so
sweaty-
that's
so
our
listen.
agenda.
Thoughts have
So
trains.
listen. Tonight,
Tonight.
Rat Rod has a gig in North Jersey at
That's
Dingbats,
Dingbats.
Dingbats.
Clifton,
New Jersey.
Yep.
Yes.
Van Trip.
Van Trip.
Fan trip.
So here's what happened.
We got
What
several van trips coming up.
what had happened was
What had happened was
what, I'll take that time. That's good. What had happened was
Good timing.
that one was good. Timing is everything.
never mind. I'll let that one go.
What happened was
What happened?
so Lil John gets a hold of the chief in command at my house and says, "Hey, look,
The Minister of Finance.
we're that too. She's all of everything. She's my everything. She's my
awesome.
world. I love you, baby.
So cute.
Don't
We love you too, Wendy.
I kissed her on the cheek for you today.
Thank
All
you.
right.
See that?
Yep.
Hey, I know where Will's bread's buttered.
That's right.
You're not allowed to eat bread, though, are you?
No.
Yeah.
Officially, now that the road trip's over, I gave it all to Wendy on Thursday when we got home. I was like, okay.
But it always lands butter side up.
And Wendy, he's not going to get any chocolate donuts.
So wait, what's the
No, I don't
substitute
want
for
them.
bread
I don't want them. I'm good.
Good.
I had brownies the last day that I could have something. I had a brownie
There you
and a
go.
big glass of milk.
Oh, that's the best.
It don't get better than that.
Real
no,
milk?
it doesn't. Dude.
Ice cold.
I
too.
almost warmed it up too. I thought about it. I was gonna.
No.
I like it ice cold.
I like it cold, but sometimes like that fresh out of the oven when it's gooey as
Oh, you're
shit.
talking about the brownie.
The brownie.
The brownie, yeah.
What are you talking about?
The milk, warm milk.
Oh no. Milk is
Ice
served
cold.
cold.
Yeah.
Ice cold.
I have a metal cup like this that I. Yeah. Cause,
There you go.
Yeah.
I do
That
like
could be, dude.
a
That could
couple-
be taken the wrong way.
What do you mean?
Metal cup. What are you, Blackie Lawless?
No. Fuck
Okay.
that guy. Did I say?
I don't know
You
that reference.
did-
Sorry.
Wasp. The band Wasp.
He showed his age.
I know. Don't you feel really old?
Come on, Blind in Texas.
I'm
No.
only 24.
We said.
Great remake of Real Me, the Who song.
Yeah, that
Me,
was good.
Sorry.
me and Mark were talking about a video coming up, and I'm like, yeah, we'll get little kids to play us. And then I'm like, wait, we can't do that. We're gonna have to get little sperm for Bryce.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
That's fucked
That
up.
is fucked up.
We'll just show Mark's crotch.
And put Bryce's name. Put Bryce's name right across his crotch.
Ah, God. Anyway,
Welcome to the band, Mark Bryce.
I've
Welcome
been
back
in
to the band.
I was in the band before you were in the band.
Dude, you've been back so long and they're still doing this to you.
I know.
We
At
love
least
Bryce.
At least I can hold the tempo.
That's true.
That's true.
That's true.
And there was very minimal. Never mind. I'm not going to go there.
Beef.
People don't need to know that.
Behave.
People don't need to know that.
Obi-Wan Kenobi with your red beard.
These are not the George you're looking for.
They fucking might be.
You sure?
I don't know. Not really. So we got a new segment coming up in about 10 minutes here.
Ooh, cool.
Something else that I was kind of talking with Marco Zello, who is the owner of Halftime Sports Bar and Venue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, Mark.
I've had him on. I've had him in studio with me once before. He and I worked out a thing where we want to promote each other. He has been on all his banners and all his advertisement for the shows that he's doing for the bar. We now have a little RMR logo.
Yeah, I seen that.
Did you see it?
I'm like, wait a minute. I didn't know Will was sponsoring that.
No, man, it's cool. It's cool as hell. I mean, Mark and I are, again, he and I have talked on here, and Mark and I are very similar in kind of our thinkings in a business model and a business plan and how to work with somebody else. And we just came up with this, and he's promoting me, and he's going to get 15 minutes every show I do. We're calling it the Halftime Report. We're doing it at the halfway mark of the show, and he's going to get on, and he's going to be on talking about the shows going on this weekend.
Cool.
Talking about the shows going on next weekend, since we're a bi-weekly show on the radio here.
Nice.
And just another, I'm pointing this out because it's just another example we all talk about all the time about finding the right pieces of puzzles.
Yeah.
And finding different people to work
We
with.
need to talk to Mark ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And believe me, I've chatted you up to Mark. Believe that. You know what I mean? He knows who you are.
Yeah, it seems
I mean?
like a lot of people chat us up to a lot of people, and that's kind of weird.
Why is it weird? That's what's supposed to happen. You
It is.
Yeah, I know.
jerkwad.
Well, yeah, okay. Mark knows what I'm talking about.
Ugh, here we go. Speaking of
Hey, why are you always going
again.
to start shit, John?
Because that's my job.
It says right there, pain in the ass.
He's being the
No,
pain.
Look, there it
Your
is
job
again.
is to sit in a corner and play the bass.
Pain in the well. Apparently his job is to be a pain in the ass. And
Yeah, that's true.
Indeed, it is.
that's a self-titled.
Yeah.
I
Self-proclaimed.
wear it like a, hey, didn't you get the badge?
Oh, I got it. I got two of them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
The asshole badge.
I still haven't got one of those.
I'll get you one.
I need one. I've earned it.
I feel so
Oh,
special.
yeah, you definitely.
We'll actually.
I got one before you did.
I know, that's kind of crazy.
We'll
Well, I'm an
actually.
asshole.
And I lived with this guy for 23 years.
Will actually
What's that?
carries it around with him.
It's in my
I was
truck.
carrying it
Every-
around for the longest time. It's
He
now
told
my,
me to carry it around.
my bedstand. Yeah.
Yeah,
He told me to carry it around.
I was
Yeah.
carrying it around, and it started to like all fold up, and then with the glue started to melt.
As
That's
attached.
exactly what happened to mine. Is why I stopped carrying it around.
'Cause
Because I
it-
was
yeah.
for the longest time. When you got yours, I was telling you I was carrying it around.
You had it.
I
You
did.
showed
I don't
to
have
me.
it now, but
No, you showed it to me.
yeah.
I was like, "Where's yours?" You were like,
It's kind of like the FBI. It's like, whoop, it's our own little club.
"It's a
Welcome to the
badge of
asshole
honor."
club.
Hey, I'm honored to be an asshole. What can I say?
I think we should co-opt Dennis Leary's song.
Oh, I love that song. I love that song.
Next time we're on, that's the opening theme.
You know how many times I got during this? It's like, "Oh, what kind of cancer do you have?" I said, "Anal cancer," and they went, "Well, that's appropriate." I got that. I got that so many times. I mean,
That was the first
obviously,
thing. That was the first thing I thought.
Yeah,
I was
exactly.
like,
I mean,
couldn't
obviously,
have to a nicer guy.
obviously Mark's on there. He's ready to go. All right, cool. Hang in there, Mark. I'll give you a couple minutes, and we'll get right to him. But just further, yeah, no, I got a couple people, close friends that were like, "Oh, that's totally appropriate for you." It's like you're an asshole. You have asshole cancer.
That makes
What
sense.
the fuck did you? You know what I mean?
The
I'm
irony
like,
is not lost on me.
No, see. I guess it's true. I'm an asshole.
Nah,
It's okay.
but it's fun.
But you're in friendly company.
Yes.
Yeah, I am.
See, assholes are nice to other assholes.
Or not, and that's okay, too.
generally.
Yeah, but when we're not nice to each other, we understand.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's okay too for not.
If you don't bust on somebody, you don't love them.
That's true.
No, that's true.
Because if you don't bust on them, you're not going to waste their breath.
And that's the old school. It's funny. I was talking to somebody about that. Just that thing the other day. There was a comment that I made. It was a few months back. There was a young band that was playing, and I made a comment, being funny, and it didn't translate.
You funny?
Didn't resonate well
It
with them.
didn't resonate, and now I see why people perceive me as being an asshole.
They don't get
They
it.
didn't get it.
They didn't get it.
They didn't get
Their
it.
loss.
I'm not an asshole. You just didn't get it.
Yeah, that's it.
Their loss.
They're not asshole enough.
I'm good with that.
They need to be more of assholes.
Yeah.
The world needs more assholes.
No.
If we're all assholes, we all get it, we wouldn't fight.
Yeah? I'm not so sure that would work that
Well,
way.
you just said even assholes sometimes piss off the other assholes, so there'd be fighting.
Yeah.
Well, it'd be fun. It'd be entertaining then.
It'd be a fucking free for all. Is what it would be.
Yeah.
That would be a shit show.
It'd be back to the old west where you get punched in the mouth just for saying something wrong,
Yeah.
and it was okay.
Or
I
yeah.
don't know how that was ever okay, but it was.
Apparently it was.
That and they'd
Or
have
it'd be
duels in the middle of the street. At
one
night.
one ginormous battle royal.
Dude, that would be fun.
You sure about that?
I'm working on something for you guys for this year's BendyQ.
Ooh.
Lift truck
Lift truck,
Left truck.
I'm gonna get you up.
a scissor lift.
up.
I'm gonna get
Scissor
you
lift?
up somewhere.
All right.
I'm gonna get you up.
Cool. All right.
See, what people
I'm
don't
down.
understand is
I'm down with going up.
Okay.
that's been a thorn in Will's side for over 2 years now.
Did
Did
you guys start mentioning it 2 years ago?
Pretty
Yeah,
much.
Pretty much.
We just want to put Mark on the roof.
No, what they wanted was a lift. They specifically asked
scissor
for
lift.
a
Scissor
lift.
The scissor lift. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's been no rider in the history of bands on BendyQ, and all of a sudden Rat Rod wanted a lift, and I struggled with the idea of.
You thought
okay.
about it.
Oh, I thought hard.
How could you do it?
I mean, I was thinking, how do I make this work and make it safe? Because it's all in the backyard. It's like I couldn't pull the trigger on that, but I think I figured out something else.
Okay.
We'll take a cotter ladder where you can walk up.
I'm thinking
Scaffolding?
I'm thinking about a harness.
Harness.
Oh, no.
You'll be like
All
Gene
right.
Simmons.
Gene Simmons harness routine.
Where are you going to
Let's take a look
suspend
at
it
it.
from?
I can make it happen.
Let's take a look at it.
I can make it happen. I'll feel a lot better about it.
All right. All right. I'm
All right?
scared of heights, but I'm good with this. This will be fun.
Okay. Work with me on it.
All
Dude,
right.
I've
Perfect,
seen him.
man.
I've seen him like crack his head on a ceiling fan. I've
Yep.
seen him on somebody's shoulders. I thought
Yep.
he was going
I
to
saw-
die that night.
I thought
That
I
was
was
a
dead.
fun one.
I
I'm
thought I
like,
was dead that night.
This drunk guy in a punk band that opened for us.
I remember that one.
Came walking up as Mark was getting off the stage, and he picked him up and walked him around the entire bar. And I'm looking at him, and he's looking at me, and I'm like,
We're
he's
all-
going to die.
I'm like, oh, God.
Bryce was like, I'm going to be an orphan.
Yeah. Sweet life insurance.
I hope it's paid up.
Don't break a hip, old man. Don't break a hip. I've seen him jump up on things and do things where I'm just like, he's got this thing at some point in the show.
He's going to hurt himself one of these days.
Let's hope not.
I hope not.
Let's hope
I
there's
hope
enough.
not. It
Let's
could
hope
help.
there's enough guys like Jimmy or myself and people around that are
That
willing
can
to
catch
hold
him?
chairs and catch him. And
Oh,
I seem to always pick the lousy ass chairs.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean,
that wobble. I never
Jimmy-
pick studio
Jimmy-
chairs.
he was up on that scaffold at Studio E during the last show.
well,
there.
that was thanks to our friend Megan.
Megan made that happen.
Yeah, she did. Inadvertently, she made
I
that
couldn't
happen.
make it happen, but Megan made it happen.
Yeah, because I was like,
And Eric's just like,
Eric's like,
okay.
all right, just don't go any farther than here. And I was like, all right, deal.
All right, just to tell another quick story, because some listening now, but some don't. So again, Mark's always at some point in the show, he's always mobile. He's off the stage, he's up on something, a bar top, a wall, like a knee wall. I've seen him he's all over
Yeah,
the
yelled
fucking
at a few
place.
times for being on bar tops.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've gotten yelled at for that.
he's
Yeah.
walked around. He's always mobile at some point in the show, and it's like, I'm gonna do this for you.
Okay.
I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you up there. It's gonna be awesome.
All right,
I'm just
cool.
gonna go. That was light.
That was him.
That was good. That was
was
light.
him.
I like that. Good job.
That was a
Vin.
very polite bell ring.
It was.
It's like,
All right.
hello, ding.
So we are at the halftime.
Oh wow, this show goes
Let's
quick, man.
let's get my buddy Mark.
Yes.
Mark, are you there?
Hey, Will.
Hey, brother. How are you?
I'm doing well, man. It's good to have you back in the saddle, man.
I appreciate that, man. It's good to hear your voice, brother.
You too, likewise, buddy. Really good, man. Great. Best news I've heard in a long time.
That's awesome. I appreciate that, man.
Agreed.
I really do.
Agreed.
Yep.
Absolutely.
We
Right.
I got
By the
rap.
way,
Go ahead.
go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, I said I was just listening to that new Rat Rod tune, man. Very nice, guys. Very nice.
Thank you. Appreciate
thank
that.
Like it.
Thanks.
That's nothing, honestly. I mean, it's great.
But
I keep taking away from the damn thing every time it's brought up.
it's too slow.
It's really good, but Mark, seriously, wait till you hear the rest of this stuff. They've really stepped outside of their own little box this time and really kind of grown quite substantially from the last two
And
CDs.
we're all over 21 now.
yeah.
Best music to date.
Did you catch that?
Yeah, I did, man. Yeah, 21, man. That's all that shit's in the rearview mirror. Thank God.
Yeah.
Well, actually,
And 20.
we jumped from 21 to 40 or 50.
You know, another old head like us.
Yeah, well.
Brutal, man. I'm glad you guys are still out there and you're doing your thing and Sounds great, man. And yes, we will have a conversation, Will and I, shortly down the road about getting you guys in here.
Awesome.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, appreciate that. Thank you.
Awesome. Appreciate that,
Yeah.
brother, as always. So, hey, man, how are things going at the club? How I know I've been seeing all the shows posted. I know you're still steady going. How's business? Let's talk about business real quick. How's business for you, brother?
Business is actually just fine. This COVID thing has just been dragging the fuck on forever, and they just lifted the mask mandates in Delaware here yesterday.
Oh, jeez.
So we had masks. People were required to wear masks for the last month. None of that shit helps anybody.
Right.
It really doesn't. And the bottom line is, if you don't feel safe, don't come. It's cool. I respect that. If you feel good about it, great. Come hang out. You want to wear a mask, wear a mask. You want to wear a fucking spacesuit, wear a spacesuit. I don't care. You do whatever you want. It's your choice.
Right.
But everything has been going pretty well. On the music front, on the entire business model that I do here. I've had several drops in the last, I would say, 6 weeks, by no fault of the club. Just, band shit where they, can't make it, something happened, blah, blah, blah. So, aside from that, man, everything is pretty good.
Okay, well, good. Well, let's try to ramp up some business for you there, Hoss. Number one, who'd you have in there last night? Just to go ahead and promo who it was, even though it's the after fact.
Well, it's a quiet weekend this weekend because the band that I had booked a while back dropped.
Okay.
So I'm not going to just fill a slot to fill a slot.
Right.
I don't believe in that. It has to be, the bar here, man. It's pretty high.
Yeah.
Whether it's a tribute, original band, whatever it may be, the bar is high. So, in trying to find what I was looking for, I just couldn't. So, you know what, man, I'm just going to bypass the weekend, and I don't have anything this weekend.
Well, I think
Quiet weekend.
and that's not bad either. It's Super Bowl weekend, so you're gonna have that crowd too coming in there. There's no need to get too crazy with it. So how about upcoming next weekend? What you got going on?
All right. So next week, I have a Pantera tribute out of Pennsylvania.
Cool.
That's gonna be
I
cool.
don't know if you guys like You guys like Pantera?
Love them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, these guys are great, man. It's Eric Dengler's band. They're called Pantera, Pennntera. Just a kick-ass band. They were here last year. Great job, great guys, easy to work with. Couldn't ask for a better group of musicians to work with. The opening act is this band called Johnny Pipe. Just a good local Pennsylvania cover band coming to do an hour set, just to kind of warm up the night.
Nice.
Really good guys, too. So that's really all I have on tap for next weekend. It's just Saturday next week.
That's gonna be a great show, no doubt.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Yeah, it's one thing for sure that I like. You and I've talked about this before, and again, this is part of the reason why I want you on the show doing this halftime report. It's good to work with like-minded people as always, and you and I hit it off pretty well in the beginning, and I like your business model. I like what you're doing with mixing in, especially now where you're mixing in some of these tribute bands with original acts, just to kind of mix it up and get that crowd diversity kind of mixed in as well. And most people that do go out to see like the Pantera bands, these tribute bands, and they can now catch a local regional act. It's an original band, either on before it or afterwards. You're giving everybody an opportunity to play and expose their art, which is I commend you for, brother. I do. I love what you're doing over there. You just keep sticking to your guns and doing what you're doing, because I think it's going to work. I think overall, I think this summer gets ramped up. I think you're gonna have quite a bit of business in there.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I'm just going to stick, true to myself in terms of what I want to do as a business owner and also as a musician. And, a lot of these bands, especially the heavy metal bands, the metalcore bands, they just don't have a platform, man. No, I mean, who's going to book them? You're not going to book them in these small places in New Jersey where there's like a restaurant and stuff. That's
Right.
not the environment. This is a rock room. You want to mosh, you want to get in front of the stage and fuck shit up, go for it. Go do it.
Nice.
You know?
Did you all hear that? Did y'all hear
Yeah.
that? This is the guy that
Hey.
owns the bar that's inviting
Okay.
people to come in and break shit.
Yep. We can do that.
I think you guys are done breaking shit. Those days are over for you
Yeah,
boys.
it hurts.
You know?
It hurts too much now.
No, we'd actually break something
I'm
like arms or
telling you,
legs
man.
of our own.
Exactly.
So-
It hurts too much for sure. For sure.
I hear you, man. And I just wish there were more, more of the local original bands. There seems to be in this particular market. There's not a lot, man. There's just not a lot here.
And you're talking about
And again,
Delaware.
the band I'm talking about Delaware.
Yeah.
There has to be there's a requirement to be able to play here. You got to be a good band. If you're not a good band, you can't play here. I mean, it's simple.
I guess we don't have a shot.
Well, maybe if we got a different bass player.
Yeah.
Your mic's
You
on.
got to replace the bass player. Little John's got to go.
That's not the first time I've heard that.
Again, while he's labeled pain in the ass.
We've been saying that for 4 years. We just can't shake the guy.
He's late to the party.
Well, he's kind of cute. He's got that cute fuzzy lawn gnome thing going on.
I don't know.
His beard's not
Everybody.
long enough to be a long gnome yet.
What's that?
Not long enough.
I know. It's yeah. We won't talk about that.
It's not Christmas yet.
Yeah,
No.
it's not Christmas yet.
But no, Mark. Again, dude, I think you give a lot of different bands a lot of opportunities to play, and that's good. Especially like you said, you're in a market where, I guess when you and I talked before, it's like the Delaware market doesn't really support a whole lot of original bands, but they will support the hell out of the tributes and the cover bands. So again, I appreciate you being able to take a band that normally those people wouldn't see because they're into the cover tribute thing and throw them on a bill, man, because it really does make all the difference in the world. And when somebody says, and I've heard it a million times, we don't play this gig or that gig because they only do cover bands or they only do, and it sucks because there's some of those rooms are decent rooms, you know what I mean? But their policy, they want, the way they look at it, I get it from a business standpoint. You want asses in the seats. You want to be able to, keep them drinking at the bar. It's how the bar makes the money.
Right.
But, and
Right.
you do that, but you also, like I said, you have a way that you're trying to balance in these different bands, man. And it's, I think it's paying off for you, brother. And I think it's going to, like I said, hopefully this summer things, tend to keep tipping on the up and we can.
I've been on both ends of that. I've played Mark's Place a bunch of times. A bunch with my old Pat Benatar tribute and with Rat Rod.
Right.
And he does a phenomenal job. Like what he's doing now with having a tribute band and then putting, a rock band in there, or original band, or having like the really heavy bands and then throwing a lighter rock band in with them. It makes everybody, come out better.
Yeah.
I've always said, we're like, we kind of work ourselves. We don't need other people, but when we all work together, it just makes the whole scene better.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
It does.
again, that's what we all strive for, and everybody's got their part. Musicians have their parts to play. Venue owners, Mark, yourself, you're double tasked. You're a musician and a venue owner. Guys like myself on the radio and from the management side of things doing what I do. It's like we all play a part, and if we can find the like-minded people to work with within the system, that's how it grows. And again, you're doing your part, brother. I appreciate it.
Thank you, man. I thank you very much, man. And I'm partnering up with you and Rock Metal Radio. I think that's just a great thing for both of us and the scene. And people look at the posters inside the club and they're like, "What's Rock Metal Radio?" I said, "Oh, it's you explain it to them who they are. Like, oh, really? Oh, okay." So in order to grow your base, with Rock Metal Radio, we got to get the word out there. Everybody's got to talk it up.
Right.
Yep. So your fan base starts to grow. So it just continues. It just continues to grow, and that's important. It really is.
Well, it is. Again, if we're all, one hand washes the other, dude. Ultimately, in a perfect world, that's the way you want it. Unfortunately, the nature of the beast of this business, it's not a perfect world, and
No.
you run into a lot of people that don't. New leaf. I'm trying to turn over here. I don't want to try to bash anybody, so I'm not going to do anything like that.
How long is this going to last? Let's take it back to that one.
I got $5 on that.
They're even shaking their heads in the booth, man. But my point is, it's like, if be part of the solution, don't be part of the problem. You know what I mean? You can be an extremely talented musician or extremely talented band, and I swear I'm going to punch that guy.
There you go.
Damn bell. Stop with the bell. You mess me up every damn time. Tell him, Ben. Tell him. I'm not trying to be all serious, and he just does this stuff every time. Why do you guys
Hey, guys,
tolerate
what
this
the
guy?
fuck's going on
We
over
don't.
there, man?
Hi, Mark.
What the? I'm listening to this shit going, what the fuck?
Same with us. We're sitting in the room going, what the fuck is this?
I'm trying, man.
This
It's like
is what
herding-
happens every time we get together with
It's,
Will.
it's like herding
Yep.
cats up in this thing, man.
Oh,
Seriously,
my
seriously.
God.
But no, it's again when we all can work together, man, and you know grow the puzzle. It's going to be better for everybody. You know, do we need anybody? No, everybody's self-sufficient. Makes it a hell of a lot more fun when you're working with like-minded people, though. You know what I mean?
Sure do.
Well, yeah, you have to. And one of the things, and you just kind of alluded to it, but didn't touch on it. I will touch on it because I don't give a fuck. When you say to a band or
I
you
love
say
this
to
guy.
somebody that you're gonna do something, you fucking do it. If you don't want to, get into it, then don't do it. Or if this is the deal, this is the deal, and don't change the deal because only 20 people showed up for a show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
And
Exactly.
and that's important. That's what you do. You do what you say you're going to do, and that's what it's truly. It's about honesty and being forthright, and your reputation's important.
Absolutely.
Hey, 20 people or 2,000 people, you put the same exact show on. Everybody
Right,
knows
man.
that. Well, not everybody, but
And that's
Everybody should know.
that's the thing.
that's what everybody should know.
That's the thing. A lot of these bands,
Exactly.
a lot of these bands, while talented, there's an ego that goes along with playing the instrument. Period. I mean, that's it's
You have to have
it
just a
is.
bit of it to put yourself out there.
Exactly. You have to, right. If you just to make that first step to even put your stuff out there. So, I mean, I'm not
Right.
stupid. There's always an ego, but it's those bands that, we don't need anybody else and we're totally self-sufficient and we're good the way we are. And it's like, okay, well, yeah, but there's a bigger picture here. And, those bands don't see it.
Right.
And it's when I've worked or talked to different bands, it's like, it's, I don't know. Some get it, some don't. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Hey, Mike.
Sorry, Mike.
Hi, buddy.
Hi.
Hey, Mike, can I bother you for one thing real quick? I stole Mark's water.
And I'm parched.
Yes, what would you like?
Can you bring me a water?
I got
Oh,
you.
you want a water?
He's got one.
Okay. Can you bring Mark another water? Because I stole his. I'm sorry.
I'm dying here.
I reached over. I was trying to. Did you not catch that? Did nobody? I caught it after
saw
I
it.
did it. I got it and I drank it. And I looked right at Mark and I was like, "Shit! I just drank your water."
My mouth is a desert because of you.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I apologize.
It's okay.
All right. Again, going off the rails here. Mark, you
What?
there?
Oh.
Yes.
Sorry about that, brother.
Well, you guys having a good time.
Uh,
Good time over there, man. I wish I was there. Shit.
well,
We're just a bunch of silly fucks, that's all.
Yeah.
We've talked. I want to have you in here as a guest host with me one time so we can talk for hours.
Side over here.
Absolutely, man. You just say the word, I'll be there, man. You know that.
Awesome. I do know that, and I appreciate everything, dude, that you do for me. I mean, as far as putting RMR logos on all your advertisements for your shows and all, and
That's awesome.
And again,
Yeah,
I have no problem giving you 15 minutes every one of my shows, guest hosting, anything you want to do, because again, it's all part about building the scene as a whole, man. And you're another piece of the puzzle, just like myself, just like Rat Rod, just like the different bands are. So you and I can keep our stuff together. Maybe we can grow it out from there. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, my man. And I appreciate the opportunity to come on and talk for a few minutes each week and, hopefully add a little something, not just to what I'm doing, but, things going on in the scene right now and the good, the bad, and the ugly, because there's a little bit of everything. I see it firsthand, and you guys see it too, man. You're out there. You know the deal.
Yep.
Yeah.
But
He must be watching us on TV.
we got to capitalize on all the good stuff that's going on and not the negative shit,
That's right. That's right. It's all we can do.
Yep, for sure.
Yep, absolutely.
All right,
And we'll
bro.
talk about we'll talk shortly about a couple things. We'll talk next week. I'll hit you up.
It sounds like a plan, brother. Again, it was good hearing your voice. Love you. Love what you do. And we'll talk soon.
Thank you, man. Take care.
You too, brother.
Take care, man.
See you, Mark.
See ya.
Bye, guys.
All right. That was Mr. Mark Ozello from the Halftime Sports Bar and Venue.
He's good people.
He is good people, man. And again, he's another piece of the puzzle. He gets, kind of that you do have to work with people, and you have to understand that, he gets it. Everybody's different. Everybody's got their own views. Everybody's got their own thing, but we all have to kind of coexist. Now, he's a businessman, and he's not, and he's shrewd. He's not going to deal with somebody that's an ass. The first meeting I ever had with him, I sat there for 2 hours in his bar just talking, just bullshitting, getting to know the guy, and it was very clear that, he's a no-nonsense guy. It's like you come, you play, you do your job, you be professional, you know what I mean? And he's going to take care of you the best he can, whether it be through the door, or any means, you know what I mean? He's a fair guy. He doesn't run, on that list of douchebag venue owners.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know what I mean? Everybody in this room knows of those.
Oh, yeah. Most definitely.
So, again, thanks, Mark. It's going to be a weekly segment whenever, or bi-weekly, as my show might be. And Mark's going to be on it at the halftime report every time. We're going to talk about bands he's playing and just talk about the scene in general.
Good stuff.
So,
Yes.
Next.
to my right,
Yes.
this is pretty cool for me. So, those of you that know me, I'm always like, just people are sending me different people to listen to and different things to listen to, and some of it I'm into, some of it I'm not into. Lil Jon, been about a year now, I guess.
If that is from probably the time we met.
About a year. Introduces me to a gentleman who is sitting now on my right.
Surprise!
Surprise! Mr. Scarlet Rowe. It's Rowe, correct?
That's right.
Mic 2. Is it on?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
here.
I'm
Let's
here.
get you.
How you doing?
Yeah, let's get you.
Hello.
There you go.
Get as close as you can on that thing.
Smell it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Soak it in.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Scarlet Rowe, he was brought to my attention through LJ, and LJ just starts feeding me these bands, and I'm like, is this one guy in all these bands? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, well, I can't focus here. There's just too much stuff going on. I'm
Dude,
like,
it's awesome, ain't it?
and I stalked you for about a year now, just kind of checking you out on your.
That was you.
Yeah, that was me. I didn't mean to.
The both of us.
I didn't mean to leave a trace, but sometimes it happens. I've stalked you a little bit, and everything from your daily posts. Number one, the first thing I got from you is that you are a very just decent human being. I got that vibe immediately from you. That you just you get.
Thank you kindly, man.
You get what living life is all about.
Shall I retort?
You can look in this show. Anything goes. You can cut me off. You can do
no,
whatever
man.
you want, man.
That's very kind of you. Thank you. Those are extremely nice words, and I appreciate that. I don't even know what to say to that.
Oh, I got more for you.
I've
been stalking you. I'm telling you, I got more for you.
I don't know, man. I think picking up on what you guys were talking about, the venues and whatnot, it's just yeah, man. You just got to be decent. Yeah, a little anecdote. Coming up years ago, we all get into our thing and we want to be cool rockers. Everybody wants to be like Keith or whoever and just be cool, right? Anyways, I moved out west, and I remember having this interaction with someone who dealt with a really big band, and without getting into too many details, we had a close friend whose daughter was sick in the hospital, and her favorite band was this particular band. And so I had mentioned, hey, it would be really cool if even just one of the guys could just swing by and say hello to this little girl, because she's not going to make it,
Right.
And the response overall was that, like, yeah, we can't do that. That goes against our reputation, And I just like my jaw dropped.
Yeah.
And I learned a real lesson that day, man. That whole being cool trip ain't cool.
No, right.
It's not. Just be real.
Right.
Just be real, man. Just be a real human being.
Absolutely.
That's my motto, man. That's just what I do.
It comes through. That's
I
good.
appreciate that.
It comes through. It does. It's you're very positive. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You're very uplifting.
Well, there's too much negativity in it.
There is,
look,
man.
Look, that's not to say I'm not negative. I mean,
we all have our moments.
We all have that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. We're human, man.
I've got 2 kids, you know.
Yeah, right.
You know,
get you.
all, you know, all day long.
I got a 6-year-old. I can relate.
Yeah, but yeah, you know, just
Me and Bryce are sitting here like, dude. Well, I got him, so.
there's too much negative
Yeah,
energy
dogs.
in the world, you know.
There is.
And I find, you know, I mean, things just kind of overall just go a lot smoother if you're just trying to be decent. And you bring that energy into a room, a place, a venue, whatever the case may be, man. There's a big difference, you know. When you're somewhere, you know, like you ever be at a party, whatever, and like, you know, people are just coming in. You can always tell.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Somebody walks into the room and
Oh, yeah.
and it's like the air gets thick.
Yeah.
Or somebody walks into the room and the air gets warm. And,
Yeah.
you know, so
It's all about auras and everything.
Yeah.
When you know, you perceive that aura as you walk into a room, whatever mood you're in, whatever whatever's
Yeah,
going on in
yeah.
life.
You can sense what's going on.
Yeah, and I gravitate to the I don't know. I guess I gravitate to people that are just passionate, because passion to me
Yeah.
signifies that you're a pretty decent person. You know what I mean? If you have passion in your life, no matter what it is, odds are you and I can hang. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're going to find a way to coexist, no matter how different we may be.
that's a great attitude. Very open-minded.
I thrive on passion. You know, when I meet artists, I'm fairly high strung to begin with.
I hadn't noticed that.
Really?
No, are you
Sick.
sure?
See how quick?
No way.
Son of a bitch. So
We better write that one down.
I gravitate to that energy.
Note to
You know what I mean?
February
Yeah.
12th.
Whenever
Will
I
High Strung.
hey,
Me too. You know, I mean, I love creative people, but I love passionate people more. Like you said, there's always a lesson to be learned, and that's not a negative thing. You know, there's it's like it might have been Eddie Van Halen that said it, and it was in regards to like guitar playing. You know, and somebody might have asked him. It might have been like an interview somewhere, but somebody might have asked him something like, you practice or something like that, and his response was like, if I'm not learning something every day, then what's the point, right?
right,
You know?
absolutely.
And I think that general attitude, like every person you meet, there's something to be learned,
Right.
So
Nobody knows everything.
yeah,
No,
And
and
I often say nobody has a monopoly on the truth either.
yeah.
yeah, that's good.
So it's always cool to like whether it's meeting or playing with a fellow musician or somebody in the industry or art or whatever, or even just just regular folk. Just there's always something to be learned.
Yeah.
To walk away from an experience and feeling more enriched for it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm a fan. I'm a believer of when you see somebody just randomly, whether it be at a show or a party or a gathering or whatever, and you see somebody randomly and you're looking at them and you're like, God, they look so familiar, but you have no idea who they are.
Yeah.
I make it a point to go up and start conversations with those people
I know.
because I'm always of the belief that maybe they just have a piece of information for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just something, I don't even know it. You know what I mean? But all of a sudden in the conversation it offers up and I go, oh.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
There's a reason they look familiar to you.
Right. It's not that they did, not that you know
He
them
wishes
at
he didn't
all.
meet me though.
Well, there's a familiarity there that I won't quite get from anybody else. That's for sure.
Oh no.
Nice.
Quick, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, you're good.
you're learning.
So the first band, I want to talk about a couple of projects that you're, I guess, somewhat still involved. You got lots going on, I see, dude. You really do.
I didn't. I didn't. At all. But go ahead. I'll let you.
But the first band that LJ sent me was Joker 5-Speed.
I've been chasing this guy's tone since I was God knows how long, and the Benetars used to practice this little church over in Gloucester, and I walk in and there's a Joker 5-Speed sticker on the side of the Ampeg 810. So I'm like, look, dude. He's like, oh, that's my old cabinet. I'm like, get out of here. I'm stealing this. I'm stealing. He's like, I've slept on that many a night. I was like, I'm stealing this.
That was a roadworthy cabinet.
Yeah. Oh, that cabinet can talk.
But there's the connection. Again, there's a musician connection. You know what I mean? He's followed you for a long while. He's always liked your tone. He, in turn, turns me on to what you're doing. So I start with Joker 5-Speed, and I'm just like, how old is this? I'm like, holy shit. I mean, solid.
Thank you.
solid hard rock, just blues-based hard rock, solid. I was all over it, dude. I was just like,
Oh, thanks, man.
this is amazing.
Thanks.
I went from that to Brass Knuckle Evangelist. Let me tell you something. I mean, I'm a lover of music first and foremost. I'm a big metal guy, big hard rock guy. Brass Knuckle Evangelist. That is probably the first clip I watched was live at the Bowery. It was a show that you guys did. It was a black and white video. Okay. I forget what song it was. Mm-hmm. But the groove that you guys had on stage, the jam that was going on, I was just like, oh man, as much as I loved the Joker 5-speed, I got to that and I just kind of stopped. I was like, wow. I was like, this is amazing.
Oh, thanks, man.
You are an extremely talented musician.
Oh, wow.
And
With a great taste in guitars, by the way.
oh yeah, we haven't gotten into that
Gotta
yet.
say that.
Wait, we have a fellow Gretsch player?
Oh my God, yes.
Oh, if you don't follow, you need to follow this man.
Is it a
just
black?
just for the
is that a
guitar
black
porn
falcon?
alone? Just for
It's
the
a
guitar
white
porn
falcon.
alone.
He's got a white falcon.
Yeah.
Yeah, guitar porn. It's going on up in here in full effect.
Yeah, I'm a gear geek. Always have been.
Yeah.
Dude, you got people salivating over your post. I mean, I know guys are like, "Did you see that?"
Oh man, there's an old friend of mine that, and I don't recall saying this, but apparently there's this guy's, this guy out west called Crash Cortez. Really cool dude. Anyways, Crash used to live in New York City, and apparently, according to Crash, we were hanging out one night. I have no recollection of this. And he said to me, he goes, "You said something to me really early on that has stuck with me ever since." And I was like, "Yeah, what's that?" And he said, "We were hanging out, and we were someplace in Bowery." He goes, "You just turned around and you just said, 'Crash, life's too fucking short to own a shitty guitar.'"
I like that. Of course, I've made a career out of shitty guitar, so
Yeah, but it's still a Gretsch.
He's like, "And that's been like my motto ever since." Wow, that's cool.
That's
cool.
pretty good.
That's a great line.
That's good words of wisdom there. Actually,
Yeah.
it's not bad at all.
Now I got to go buy a non-shitty guitar.
Step your game up there, LJ.
Quit playing them Tinker
But
Tools.
thanks. Yeah, I'm just a gear geek.
Hey, he played the Black Hagstrom.
All right.
So let's touch on something else. Just based on a quick message you and I had, you got something new in the works. You're kind of putting together some projects, or
Yeah. There is
Can
a
you
new
talk?
there is a new project in the works. Well, the pandemic hit and put a halt to the whole world.
Right.
And Joker 5-speed, Brass Knuckle Evangelist, Smash Fashion, all ground to a halt.
right.
And so, I'm sure, like many of all everybody else who was playing and whatnot, I found myself sitting in the house and I didn't have a rehearsal to go to or a gig to go to,
And two kids.
yeah,
And two kids,
and I
right.
was just like, well, this, so this is no fun. All right. So the thought I had was, I live in the suburbs, and being a family man, it's not like being a single guy in the city and being able to network on a nightly basis,
Right.
Which is how I've always operated.
Right.
Like, my Facebook was the street. You go out on the street or to the bar, the club, and you meet people and you hand them a flyer and you talk up your band
Yep.
and you tell them, because part of the attraction, at least from my perspective, has always been, it's not just the music, but the personality behind it, and what's it saying to you? What's the person saying to you? Who are they? And so I always felt like meeting people one-on-one was really good like that. But not being able to do that and just being stuck at home, I was like, oh, let me see if I could find some guys locally. And I do mean locally. I don't mean I mean like 3 blocks away or something, and see if I could put something together that's actually, worth anything. And I had this kind of sound in my head that I've been kind of working on for a couple of years. And it's a little bit of a departure from the Joker 5-speed, which is more of a classic straight ahead hard rock sound.
Right.
Brass Knuckle Evangelist had more of a late 60s garage and soul stuff going on. And Smash Fashion is very much, mid 70s kind of like British glam rock type stuff.
Right.
So this thing that I wanted to do was more steeped in like psychedelic rock, if you want to call it. To me it sounds more like, the past is always there. So like the bands that I loved will always be there in what I write. And, so like Lords of the New Church and stuff like that. The
Ah,
cult,
this guy.
the cult. So that kind of, for lack of a better way to put it, that dreamy goth, that ambient guitar,
Yeah.
driven
got you.
sound like that.
Yeah.
And that married with stuff like things like where Echo and the Bunnymen are coming from, that stuff.
Yeah.
And then to throw another big giant wrench into the whole thing is that I've really over the last like 10 years, maybe longer, fallen in love with that kind of spaghetti western soundtrack sound. Bands like Spindrift. I don't know if you're hip to them.
Damn, dude.
Did I tell you?
Yeah, so I kind of wanted to see if I could get all those things together, and I was lucky enough to, what I love about this area, the South Jersey, Philly area, which coming from New York, and being a New Yorker, you just your egos and pretension and all that, it's like
Right.
Jersey,
Right.
And I come down here and it's like, what a wealth of great players,
Yeah.
so many great players.
A lot of history here.
Yeah,
A lot of music history here.
Yes. I'm really big into jazz, and I'm always really taken aback at how many legendary players came from the Philadelphia area. I had no idea. So yeah, I found some guys locally, and we've been working on this thing, and it's really taken me out of my comfort zone musically.
Good.
Because
That's good.
it's not that rock that I've been doing for my entire life.
Plus, you're playing a whole different instrument.
Yeah.
You're going back to
You're
the
back to
I'm
guitar.
back to guitar. I hadn't played guitar in, 15 years. I hadn't played guitar in a band in 20 years.
It's awesome, dude.
Not since, I think, when I first got back from LA. Yeah. So yeah, just doing stuff that's a little bit different and relearning approach to an instrument, which has been really cool. So yeah, so we've been working on it for almost a year now.
Mhm.
And the goal is to hopefully by summer start recording something.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it's coming together. It sounds really good. I mean, there's those moments where it's like, yes, it's actually coming together.
Right.
And then there's frustrating times, but
I could see a double bill coming up.
yeah. So
That could be interesting.
I was going to throw out a September date.
Yeah, there's something going on.
that would be great. That would be great. I mean, if we manage to be up and running, pandemic times have really just changed how everything
Exactly.
actually realistically exists.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, time is definitely something that's differently used or used differently now, for sure.
Yeah, I ordered guitar picks back in August. I'm still waiting for them.
Really?
Yep. So, yeah.
That's crazy. Gotta get our order
can't-
in now.
Yeah. So
Yeah, we should probably
everything
reward-
takes that much longer. So
That's crazy.
back before all this craziness happened, you put a band together, you're probably playing out in just a matter of months.
Right. Yeah.
Now it's
Yeah.
like every week somebody's sick, every week somebody's got this going on, everybody, so it's
It's a
I
work.
wouldn't say it's deterring, but
It's a work.
Yeah.
It's a work. You got to work at it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And it makes it all that more worth it.
Yeah.
just like any relationship.
Yeah.
If you break it down, just like any relationship, whether it's a relationship you have with your wife, significant other, brother, sister, mother, father, or it's your bandmates or the music, it's all the same.
Yeah.
It truly is.
Yeah, so the new project is called Mad Palais. I'm on guitar, like Little John said. Our drummer, you may know our drummer. Do you know Michael Mosley? Michael
name sounds
Mosley,
familiar.
he comes from a band called Gibbous Moon,
Okay.
which are based out of Philadelphia.
All
They're
right.
like three-piece heavy power trio. He also plays in a cover band. Speaking of cover bands, he also plays in a Rolling Stones tribute band called Brown Sugar.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah.
And he's just a monster. Our bass player is a cat named Teal Weiss. He's from a Philly band called Grays. They've been around for
I've heard that.
for several years. Our keyboardist is Rob Lawrence, who is in a really great trip. Speaking of tribute bands, he plays in a Joni Mitchell tribute band.
Wow.
Wow.
So,
different.
so check
That's way
right.
different.
So check that out. So
I
you
bet that's the only one around.
maybe, might be.
Maybe. Wow. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Reckless Daughter, that's the name of the band. Really phenomenal, but just high caliber players. You know, like I'm at rehearsal with my back turned, just like, please don't look at me. Like they're great. And,
Are you singing?
just like backing vocals
Okay.
and whatnot. We're working with a singer right now, and we're not divulging anything yet. But so yeah, we'll see what happens.
Safe to say that
Sounds
you've
fun.
been somewhat reignited to be creative with this.
Oh man, that's the beauty. That's the thing of it, man.
That's
Is
the meat.
I hadn't really actually didn't even own a guitar. I had to borrow a friend's guitar about a year and a half ago, and I just wanted to just really see, like, let me play this thing for more than an hour,
Right.
and see if, like, or if I'm just bored or just need something new. But I don't know what happened. I borrowed that friend's guitar, and like it was like a floodgate.
There it
open.
is.
And all these riffs and all this stuff just started pouring out.
Nice.
And I was like, well, I guess that's what happens when you lock it up for 10, 15, whatever years.
It never leaves you.
It's
Yeah.
gonna come out.
Yeah, because the thing's like,
can't stop
as
it.
a bass player, and don't get me wrong, I love being a bass
Yeah,
player.
this is where I get depressed because he's not playing bass anymore.
It's some of the most fun I've ever had playing bass in Joker Five-Speed and the other bands. But I think that was the key, was that as a bass player, I just wanted to enjoy myself.
Right.
I did.
As a musician, you want to enjoy yourself.
I didn't want to be the band leader, and I didn't want to do all that stuff. So, but now I'm back in that kind of place, and all this creative stuff came out, and so yeah, it's been really, really fun.
That's good.
I'd like to reconnect with a long lost love,
There you go.
and have that honeymoon period or something. Yeah, that's why all the
Just
the
don't give up the
gear
bass.
and all that stuff.
That's awesome.
Just trying to get the right thing,
Yeah.
and the right sound. So it's been a really fun year and a half, chasing tone, chasing sounds, rehearsing, playing, working with other guys who are making me as a guitar player have to step up my game, which is
You wanted to play guitar, pal.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
great having people that like force you to step up.
Yeah. It can be scary.
I know.
You mentioned about ego, and that's the thing, is that like I got a little taken aback when you complimented me as a musician, because I'm sure we all deal with that crippling self-doubt, right?
Oh,
Even all these years in, right? You tour the world, you play all these places, and sometimes you're just like, not that good, right? So that happens sometimes, but it's been really great to be surrounded by people who kind of not just make you have to try to be better, but kind of support you at the same time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I know that
believe in
feeling.
you.
Yeah. We all need that support, no matter
Yeah.
what we're doing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You got to if you don't have that kind of support behind you, then, I don't want to say nothing's possible or nothing's impossible, but it helps to have that backing. Just people just to say, hey, keep going.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It helps to have people that see in you something you don't necessarily see in yourself.
Exactly.
It's important.
I'm just going to reiterate, you're a badass. Don't think you're not. I've listened to a lot of this stuff, man. I'm telling you, your vibe. I talk about vibe all the time. The guys know I'm very big on vibe, and a show vibes, a song vibes, a radio show vibes. There's a vibe in everything you do, and when I hear music that makes me vibe differently than what I am, when I get into your vibe. Okay,
Right.
when you write music and you record music that can bring me into your vibe, for me that's how I know it's real.
Yeah.
And for me, with the bands that he introduced me to that you were playing with, the vibe for me in the two bands that I mentioned is your groove, your tone, your sound in those bands.
Wow.
It's like two different bands, but your tone is present. Your signature is present. For me, as much as I like band projects, I'm also very much a singular musician guy. Like if I can hone in, if a musician has a certain tone, that's identifiable to most people as being them, those are the ones I kind of focus in on, because they're taking me on a journey. You know what I mean? They're taking me on their journey. They're telling me their story through their playing, not their singing, not their lyric, through their playing, they're telling me their story. They're telling me where they're at in their life. They're telling me what frequency they're vibing on, and they're allowing me. I say all the time to musicians, it's like, thanks for sharing a piece of yourself, on stage, because that's essentially what you do. And when you can vibe with somebody in the audience like that, and you can pull them in like that, one, you got to be good. You got to be a good musician. You got to be good at your craft. You got to be really good at what you do. Two, you have to be personable. You have to be able to, not persona, you know what I mean, but personable. You have to be able to when they're looking at you and that look, you know what I mean. When they're vibing on your vibe, you got to be able to know how to pull them in a little bit further, and give them more of you. So again, what I noticed in what I've heard so far, and what I can't wait to hear with this new project is you. It's going to be different though, because you're going to be playing guitar. Yeah. So now I'm going to have to love and praise a whole new side of your musician level. But it sounds really cool. It sounds really interesting, and I'm looking forward to it. So hopefully,
thanks, man.
Hopefully, when you get it dialed in, you keep me privy to.
I would love
a sample or something.
I would love to. Yeah, I mean, you touched on something. Vibe. That's like such a huge word with me, because I'll be the first to admit I am no virtuoso. I never have been. I never have been. And truth be told, I was never drawn to that side of it. Like I get it. Like I have so many friends, that I'm sure all of you do, that love the Eddie Van Halens of the world,
right,
or that side of things.
Right.
And I just, even though I was a fan early on and dig that and respect that, I was never really drawn to that as a player. I was drawn to the other side of things.
Yeah, the jazz, the fusions type style. I kind of feel like you have that a little bit in you too.
And even just like when it came to rock, more bands like the Ramones or the Dolls or the Clash, bands that weren't, let me rephrase that, bands that were more interested in creating a vibe.
Yes.
Than saying, hey, look at me.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about like Joe Strummer or Joey Ramone, just vibe. So my whole kind of MO, so to speak, has always been that I'd rather have a song have a feel and a vibe than a flashy guitar solo.
Yeah,
nothing wrong with flashy guitar solos. They're great.
No.
They're great.
They have their place, but
exactly.
Like I always say,
not
it's like
necessary.
3 chords and a cloud of dust.
Yeah. So yeah. Hopefully, it will see the light of day, and I look forward to sharing it with you.
Oh, dude, I look forward to hearing it.
I know I'm excited.
I mean, dude, he got me sucked in on you big time. It's just like,
well, dude,
again.
That's yeah, I wouldn't.
Easy. He knows what.
Hey, $20 is $20.
Right. $20 is $20. It is what it is. But
you made $40.
He got. I'm good, buddy.
Okay.
And I'm not cheap. But no, I really, he's always sending me music that, because he and I, again, talking about vibe, LJ and I vibe on a music level where, stuff that's oddball even, or that some would consider oddball or just weird.
Yeah.
We both kind of have an ear for that stuff, or just stuff that's just not normal. You know what I mean? Not the normal beaten path.
Sure.
Things that stand out, and he sends me music all the time. But I'm so happy that I could hook up with you on Facebook. I'm happy to meet you in person.
I know, it's about time,
because you're.
It's been a while.
You definitely don't disappoint. You're exactly who I thought you were. You are. I mean, and that means a lot to me, dude. Because you don't know how many. You do know. Yeah. You meet people that say this, that, or whatever, and you get a vibe from them, and you're like, well, yeah. And then you meet them, and you're like, no. That's
or my
not.
favorite is people that you interact with like online.
Yeah, exactly.
Or they're friends with, and then you happen to see them in, like, I know, you're like at Whole Foods and you're like, oh, wait, I know them. They're like, wait, yeah. And then they kind of like walk by you like they don't know you.
Right. Yeah.
Right. And you're kind of like, hey.
That's what I feel like. Like, my girlfriend lives in Audubon, so I'm over your area. It's like, I know I'm going to run into Scarlett one of these days.
I never come out of my house.
You're in Collingswood and Haddonfield all the time.
I am. You'll catch me walking up and down the avenue to get coffee all the time, 50 times a day. But
nice. Coffee junkie?
Yeah.
A little bit?
Yeah.
A little bit?
You got to kill something, right?
What's your coffee of choice? There's a random question for you.
It is, and I had to think hard about that because my tastes are changing. I used to be a real dark roast kind of guy.
That's me.
But because I have to, I used to love really strong coffee. But drinking 12 cups of really strong coffee every day just doesn't work.
No, it doesn't
you know? So I've learned to
Moderate.
I like a much milder roast that I can drink all day long, you know, and then switch up with tea, you know.
You go organic or do you go commercial grade coffee or whatever?
You know, I'm not snooty about it.
Right.
I do love quality, you know.
Yeah, it's got to be good coffee.
Yeah, but you know, in a
Quality
pinch, you know, I do love a good cup of Wawa.
There you go.
man.
There it is.
Have you,
There it
have you
is.
tried AC?
Road
AC
tested
Slade's
Wawa coffee.
Yes,
Road
AC's
tested Wawa
coffee's
coffee.
great.
It's awesome.
Is it
isn't
cafe?
Yeah, get cafe coffee.
Cafe
it's freaking
coffee.
awesome.
All right, see, AC, I mentioned you.
There you
Okay,
go.
now you can leave me alone.
There you go. Future sponsorship going on there. Fund the project.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Cafe coffee. Oh, you put me on the spot. But
I have a tendency to ask stupid questions at stupid
that's good.
times.
There are no
It
stupid
happens.
questions.
So anything else you want to plug that you got going on?
Well,
I'm gonna leave it open.
Rat Rod's playing at Dingbats tonight.
Yes, they are.
That's what I want to plug.
That is a
Dude, we
They
should,
are.
kidnap him too.
Hey, we got
Throw
an
him
extra
in the-
seat.
We got an extra seat.
Yeah, you know, I have thought. I'm thinking about it. You know,
Dude, if you-
Come on out. They're
Yeah.
kidnapping me.
You're more
yeah.
than
Are
welcome.
they?
Yeah, they checked it over with my wife. Make
See,
sure
he
it was-
doesn't. Yeah, we had to check it out with the boss before we did anything.
She is the boss.
You saw
man.
that white van out there.
Yeah.
That's us.
That's
All right. Well, we'll see.
Come on, man. Get in the
We
van.
might.
Get in the van.
But now, you know, like no, just the whole that this whole new project. So keep an eye out. You know.
Oh, I'll definitely.
Every day I do.
I stalk. Yeah, I'm a Del John. I stalk you every day. I'm like, okay, what's he up to today?
You know the thing, and just leave it at this is that to be in a band with me is I'm a nut. I'm just a complete nut, and I've been told that over and over again, and I've taken steps back and I look at what I do, and it's pretty nutty, but there is a method to the madness, and the reason I'm saying this is that because. Like, what was that commercial? Like, Julio Gallo, I will serve no wine before it's time.
Yeah.
Right? So
Yeah.
it's like, I could either appease my ego and book a gig for next month because I need to be in front of people showing off and, you know, doing all that stuff. But that's not really what I want to do. I would rather kind of focus on the craft part of it and get it to the place where it's the best that I can do, you know, and then present it.
Right.
So that's why I prefer to take the time and put this lot of work into it. I mean, and
It'll pay off.
I think so. And it's more about personal happiness. I'm sure you guys are the same way, you know?
Oh, trust us.
You do it until you can no longer say, something's just needs something else, you know?
Right.
That's
So-
been going on since August.
It's
An itch to
done,
scratch.
You know it's done.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
done.
You know when it's done, and it's not done yet. Still cooking.
Okay.
So when it's ready, we'll play, and it'll be fun. You know, I want people to be able to look at it and get the full picture, get the full idea, and not have it, you know, because the last thing you want to have to do after a show is have to explain anything.
Right.
You know,
Right.
Yep,
like Joe and Steve. You know, let the music do the talking, right?
Mhm.
Right.
So.
Well, you always know you have a partner band if you want.
Oh, thank you. I really and thank you so much for letting me crash your party. This is great.
Yeah.
This is so cool.
When he told me you were coming, I was like, what? And he goes, yeah, he's going to come by the studio. I was like, get the fuck out of here. I had a little fanboy moment. I'm not gonna lie. I had a little fanboy moment. I was just like,
I have a little
John,
something
do that.
for you, and I hope you like it.
what you got there?
I got it's called a record.
Oh, whoa.
That's
I know,
vinyl,
I know,
baby.
I
That's
know,
gold.
I know a lot of people these days don't know what this is, but this is a vinyl
I do.
record.
I just
Well,
like
I
that.
do,
like
don't
that.
worry.
I like that right there.
My daddy and your daddy used to listen to music on these things. Anyway,
There's a lot of people that are getting on the vinyl tip.
Yeah, they're going back to
There's
it.
a record store in Woodbury right on Broad.
do you
or,
know that?
45.
Well, you guys probably know, but I didn't know this. New Jersey, PA2, have some of the greatest record shops
There's a lot of them.
Oh, yeah.
in the entire country.
Yep.
I'm one of those people. Like when my wife and I we travel a lot around the country, and wherever we go, the first thing I do when I get into town is I'm on my phone, like, where's the record shops? And I go hit the record shops, right?
And then the pawn shop, right?
Like like a maniac. Well, it's like record shops, clothing stores, guitar shops.
Great minds think alike.
But I got to say that everywhere I've been, nothing compares to what I see here in Jersey and PA and in the area. And having been a person that grew up in New York, then LA, two of the biggest cities,
right?
You don't think that rock and roll, as such, would be thriving as it does.
Its pockets
outside of the metropolises,
yeah.
and so it's been a really pleasant surprise to realize this and. Yeah, like I just went to a record shop 2 days ago.
Now, we stalked that.
Like what I'm into. You know what
Dude, you had the Kiss Rock. Was it Kiss Rock and Roll Over?
It's like I don't know anybody here or anybody listening. Like, when's the last time you went into a record shop and you were able to flip through records and see, Hanoi Rocks, The Choir Boys, Faster Pussycat. Then
only in a good record store, right?
And then Brian Jonestown Massacre, Slow Dive, and so on. So like all this glam rock, punk rock, goth. Oh, and the shop was called Dizzy's Creep Records in Burlington, and amazing shop. Just to go in there and find all these treasures, in which is essentially like in this little town in the suburbs. Like you don't think that,
right?
I expected to see like great loads of Fleetwood Mac Rumors or something.
Right.
But it's just really cool to be in an area like the shops are great. But anyways, this is a smash fashion record. It's the last thing we put out before the pandemic hit. This is Rompus Pompous.
Dude, it's awesome.
And I thought I'd bring you a nice little vinyl record.
Brother, that's awesome, man.
And if you don't have a turntable, now you've got a really good reason to go get one.
I gotta buy one.
Yeah.
I definitely gotta buy one.
And I brought you some original first printing
I'm stealing
Joker
that. You ain't getting out with that. I'm stealing that.
I got some for
That's
you.
good.
I got some for you.
Nice,
Yeah.
man. Nice.
So I found those. I thought, who would appreciate these?
This is the one thing
Thank you,
I
brother.
always bust on them. I'm like, dude, plug your t-shirts.
What's that?
Plug your t-shirts.
My t-shirts.
Yes.
Oh, the
plug whatever you got, brother.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm a graphic designer. Rock and roll doesn't really pay the bills, right?
Sure.
But yeah, I'm a graphic designer, and what Little John is referring to is I started doing aside from the commercial work that I do, I wanted to do something that was more for me rather than creating restaurant logos or something.
Right.
So I wanted to create what I call it started out like this anyway, that the parking lot bootleg T-shirts that you used to get at concerts,
Dude.
like the designs that you didn't see anywhere else,
right?
That kind of stuff. So that was the idea behind it. So I started doing these T-shirt designs, and I put them up. They're on my shop online, Electric Dandy at Threadless. And there's just different cool designs, shirts that I would like to wear.
Right. I've seen the shirts.
See,
cool shirts,
between
man.
him and Johnny D with his shirts, I'm going broke. And it's like Christmas every day. I walk, it's a Johnny D shirt, yeah. Oh, Scarlet shirt, yeah.
But it's a great world we live in. I mean, I think I'm a little older than you, but I remember when I was like much younger, you wanted to find like an AC/DC shirt, man. You had to like take
You had to
3
really
buses
look.
to
Yeah.
some
Dude, that's
God knows where
Yeah.
little shop, and who knows,
Dude,
imports where they
Yep.
bring the shirts, and
Yep.
you couldn't walk into a hot tub. There was no such thing as a hot
Well,
topic back then. or
Right.
anything like that.
It's really funny. Me and my girlfriend during Christmas, or actually November, we took the train up to New York. We walked around, and she's not a rocker. She's kind of getting into it now, but she's like, I want to see where CBGB's was.
Nice.
So we went to Trash and Vaudeville, and I was like, oh, Hanoi Rocks. And so we walked down to CBGB's, and we walked in, and it's some high fashion place.
Yeah, it's John Varvatos now.
Dude, I cried. I'm like walking around. There's like the SVT sitting there, and it's all painted weird colors. And the salesperson comes over. She's like, don't just look at that. Try that on. And it's a jacket, and it was like $25,000. It's like, yeah, dude, they had a Dee Dee Ramone T-shirt and a Stiv Bader shirt. They wanted $150. I'm like, Dee Dee never made $150 playing here. Like, what the hell?
That's true.
And
That's funny. But Joker 5-Speed did.
Ah.
oh, you did?
Nice.
We were smart. We
Nice.
we actually were really smart. We actually made money playing CBG.
But I also got a buddy down in New Orleans who owns a shop called Culture Vulture. I don't know if you've ever been.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, it's right on, and he has some of the like between the three of us, I could wear a different T-shirt for pretty much 3 years.
Nice, nice.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That's my kind of T-shirt.
Yeah.
Hook up.
My wife would have a conniption fit if I bought more T-shirts.
Oh, dude, there's like no, like I don't. They're just like in the floor now. They're just folded up on the floor. 'Cause I don't know where to put them.
I went through my dresser the other day, or just prior to going on our little vacation stint, and I realized that I have it's a 1, 2, 3. It's a 5-drawer dresser. 4 of the 5 drawers are full of T-shirts, and most of them are all black.
Yeah,
I'm just like, wow, I really have no colors going on in my wardrobe here.
No color needed.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same.
dude, I got a blue Ace Frehley shirt a couple of weeks ago. I'm like, yeah, I got blue.
I got a blue Metallica shirt that I'm actually quite fond of.
Dude, that Phil Lynott shirt is freaking awesome.
There you go.
There you go.
That Bowie.
Nice.
I think I owned
They're
every.
if you haven't figured out yet, Charlotte, they're on their game in this.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
I think I own every one of them.
Wow.
That's Scarlett. That's your. Has he got your site up there? Is that
Yeah,
what?
Yeah,
it.
that,
There you
those
go.
are the T-shirts.
There you go.
Electric Dandy, threadless. Wow. It's
See, you
funny.
got the Saigon Saloon. You need to do the Joker 5-speed.
Dun, dun, dun.
Well, you know, I didn't. The Joker 5-Speed, the early stuff, anyways. I had nothing to do with the design and the things. Tor, you know, the singer,
Yeah.
guitar player, he's an amazing visuals guy. Speaking of CBGB's Barbados, he's the one that did all the interior design for that stuff, for all the Barbados stuff. He works for D'Angelico Guitars now. He's
Is
in
that
char-
why they're all in the store?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's in charge of their social media and visuals. So he's
Tell me, make
he's
me
one
cry.
of those guys who's born with a great eye. So even though I have been a graphics guy for years going up to that, doing my old bands, you know, you step into a situation and here's a guy and he clearly has talent. I just backed off. And I was like, you go, man. So I did some later flyers and stuff, but I didn't go hardcore.
I think there needs to be a shirt coming out next.
I should do a Rat Rod shirt.
Anytime.
Why don't? Yeah. Whoa. Yeah.
Don't tease us.
No.
Careful.
Oh,
what
dude,
you
look at
do
that.
there.
Dude,
Yeah.
there you go.
The copters.
The
Yeah.
copters.
Yeah.
See, that's the first time I met him on the boat
Gotcha.
with the copters.
Yeah.
He lent the white bass?
No, it was are you talking about when I lent the bass
Yeah.
player my bass?
Yeah.
No, it was I have a Black Semitis that I lent.
Oh yeah. Weren't you trying to sell that?
I did.
You did?
Actually, it's in the family.
Yeah, good.
The guy that produced Joker 5-Speed,
Good.
Steven Esposito, who's got a great studio up north.
This is why I'm going to wind up with a Thunderbird.
Yep.
Well,
That'll work for you.
I might have something that might blow your mind.
Oh.
Actually, I've been talking to somebody about getting something custom.
Oh no! Yeah?
Yeah. Johnny Thunder copy.
Are you talking relics?
No, not Billy.
Okay.
Somebody else. But
Okay.
But you know the
The double
Guitar
cutaway.
but
Oh,
the
wait,
Guitar
little
Corner
Virgin
again.
Mary,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, he's gonna
his
make
face
own.
on it.
Nice. Nice touch. That's nice, man. That's cool.
Cool.
Yeah, I could talk. I could geek out on guitars all day long.
You do daily on Facebook.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
All right. Well, cool. Sit tight here a second. We got about another 10 minutes. We started late, so we got about 10 minutes to go. I need to get into something with this guy on my left here for a real quick minute.
Please do.
Yeah.
I want to play a song.
You want to play a song?
What song do you want to play?
You know what I want to play.
I know what you want
What
to play.
song does he want to play?
Listen.
Make your case.
You know me.
Spell it out.
If I thought that if I thought, not that I'm anybody, but if I thought that it still needed some work and couldn't be played, I'd tell you that it couldn't be played. I think where it's at right now, it's enough to give everybody a first listen to. It's not something that's in a rotation, so they're only going to hear it once. It's only going to be here on this show once, and then for every, since it's out on Facebook and every other million
It never
people
goes
that watch
away.
it. Well, no, because
It's probably
Facebook's
too
probably
slow.
going to mute the damn music anyway.
It's probably too slow, right?
Probably.
I am so strong on that track. I think that's the track on this album. If I had to pick the single track that if somebody said to me, you're going to get one shot on commercial radio, what track do you release? I say it's that one. And I'm telling you, for this show, I think it's fine to do it. But I know how you feel, and I also know that you're not wanting anything to be out there that's not totally done, and I get that. But sometimes giving them the rough copy of something and getting them psyched about it can be a good thing.
What do you think?
Depends on what he's talking about. I don't know what song.
I know what
wants
he's
to play.
talking about.
Yeah, he's talking about All or Nothing.
Send it.
Yeah.
Mike's
But
already
you
got
got
it.
to get in the van with us.
Well, see, that was the trade-off. I
right.
figured if you're
You get
making
in
me
the
get in the
van?
van, I'll get in the van, but you're going to let me play the song.
All right, full disclosure, it's not finished yet. The music's
fine.
finished. The mix is not finished. We're still tweaking the knobs, still twisting things around.
Here's my philosophy: full sends only.
Full sends only.
Full sends only.
What do you mean by that?
Don't have sends around here. You send it all the way.
So is that a yes or a no for
It's
right
a
now?
yes.
Okay.
Did anybody else catch that one?
Dude, it's
Send
that
it
new,
all the
it's
way.
that new, that's the new lingo.
It's like new math.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah.
No,
It's what the kids
it's
are
not
calling
like new
It's
math.
what the kids are calling it.
A plus B equals ketchup.
Yeah.
Right.
It's what the kids are calling it.
Even my math wasn't that fucked up in school. Jesus Christ.
All right, let's do it.
So we
But
can
just
play it?
Full disclosure, it'll sound better when it's
Are you
released
sure?
official.
Are you sure you're okay with this?
Yeah,
Okay.
for you, dude.
All right. So
absolutely.
we're gonna go ahead and play this track, and then we're gonna come back and end the show real quick. This I'm super stoked about. Of all the tracks that these guys have sent me from the new album, and Scarlett, I'm kind of glad that you're here too because you'll be able to hear this, and I think I think you'll like it too, just from what I think your ear palette might be.
Okay.
Lay
it on me.
So, Mike, you got it ready, right?
Yeah.
All right. I'm getting a bonus track today. He didn't want to do it, but he's letting me have it. So, this is from the upcoming album, Four on the Floor, third studio release from Rat Rod. This is All or Nothing. take that.
I never noticed. You got that carried away at the end there, Mark. Ooh, what the was that?
You can smell it.
I was losing my balance and almost fell.
That's the song in my opinion, man. That's the one. Again, there's many more on this album. You guys,
That's
when it
the
comes
single.
out, but that thing right there,
That's the single.
that's a
what you're saying?
beast, dude. I love that damn song. What
You haven't heard the rest, though.
do you mean I haven't heard the rest?
That-
He's heard a lot of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a lot of it.
There's still some stuff that we haven't finished or put up there yet.
Okay, well then I will anxiously. Is this going to be a double album? I mean, what the hell?
We've got the
almost.
material.
We
We're
got-
not doing
Yeah.
a double. We got the material. But
We
we're
got
gonna do it.
15.
plus a cover
Plus a
that
cover,
you made us do.
which
I was
you
going to say
made us
there's
do.
16 in there.
Yeah.
I made you.
And they're
I
made.
didn't make you do it.
You
Hey.
did.
You say there's a cover song on it.
Yeah.
Well, don't say what it is.
Oh, they
I
can.
had a quick question for you guys.
We'll play it for
May
you.
I?
Yeah. Go
So,
for it.
you guys are you're hard rock. You're not heavy metal to me.
Right.
Really grooving hard rock. But a band like you guys, when you decide to do a cover song, and I'm asking this more for my ears than anything, is what's your approach to a cover song? Do you do, let's go to what sounds like us, or do you go the other route, which is let's find something that sounds nothing like us and make it sound like us?
Both.
We're more towards that, I think.
Yeah.
But I'll speak for myself, and guys, chime in with your own opinions on it. To me, I like to take a cover song that is deep in the roots of who I am. So if it's a song that maybe doesn't sound like us as a band, but you can hear us in it, that's cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Like on our first record, we covered Marseille by the Angels.
Oh God,
I
love
love.
the
I
Angels.
He
fucking love
actually,
the
he
Angels.
actually seen us do it.
I'm still pushing
I
for a
freaked
Pinball
out
Wizard
when
cover.
when you guys
Just
did
saying.
that.
Yeah, love the Angels, and I showed Mike that tune, and it was like, yeah, let's do that. It's kind of like that, It's one of those songs that we're in there,
Right.
or it's in us.
Right,
say it that way.
right. Yeah. Cool.
So that's my approach.
Yeah,
Yes.
we
I can agree.
we've been like we said earlier, we were messing around with a bunch of Def Leppard stuff.
Oh.
We were gonna do a compilation, but things got screwed up a little bit. So we were working on like a couple of Def Leppard songs, and there's another song we've been bouncing around that is way out there. Like it's gonna be a surprise. Like it's
Cool. I
yeah,
look forward to
But
seeing
it's
that.
got the cred. It's got the musical cred to work.
Cool.
So, and it'll surprise. It'll have some people like, hell, what are they doing? Well, that's cool. When we do that,
kind of
it'll
like
be awesome.
have you heard and one of our old managers Bay Ragney has been hounding us for 4 years to do this song, and he hits us up last night. He's like, dude, go listen to Corey Taylor's new song.
Oh, that just came out the other day, yesterday.
No, I
Yeah,
haven't
Yeah.
heard
he does Dark Side.
On the dark side.
it. By
Yeah, John Cafferty and
Oh,
the
get
Brown
out.
Band.
Yeah.
Dude,
Really?
it's
really
Bay's
good.
been
And then
hitting
he
us up.
and then he
Bay-
mashes it up too at the
he,
end.
he throws in a little John Cougar, R.O.C.K.,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
And,
a little
That's cool.
What I Like About You from
Yep.
the
Oh,
and then
romantic,
Cherry
yeah.
Cherry from Neil Diamond,
Yep.
all in that
Oh,
little break.
It's really cool.
Dude,
it's really cool. Look
dude,
it, look it
it's-
up. It's
yeah.
really good.
So
love
that
that.
so that's
I love
done
that.
for us. We'll never be able to do that now.
yeah.
But
That's
Chuck
cool.
Berry, however.
Yeah, there you go.
We'll go out to the car and Mark will play or I'll play, and
All right.
we'll let you hear the.
I decided I wanted to do one of the things I wanted to do with Rock Metal Records, not the radio side, but the record side of it was I don't have any bands on the label. It's not that kind of label, but I wanted to do a compilation CD. So I came up with a concept of I'm getting bands. Rat Rod has graciously added it to their whole
Hint,
recording
hint,
process.
hint, hint.
That's what started us going to Maryland to record to begin with.
Yeah.
Was to cut that tune. It's like, well, let's just get them all down there.
So the compilation is I'm getting bands to do something from the 50s and 60s era, whether it be Motown or rockabilly or just early rock and roll, and just having their take on it, their spin on it, and I'm calling it the rock and soul of it all.
Oh, that sounds fun.
So
There you
it's
go.
Right
Pick
up
a
my
song.
alley.
Pick a song.
Can I pre-order the vinyl now?
yeah.
No. You got to pick a song.
You got to pick a song. You want to be on it?
Oh, wow, that'd be fun.
Look, I'm always looking for
That
people
would
that
be
want to
fun,
do little things like
sure.
this.
Dude, it
Count me
was
in.
a blast. It was a blast.
Count me in.
We had a blast working it out.
Yeah.
Figure out a song, talk to your bandmates, or even if you just want to do it all yourself. I got one artist on there that basically did the whole song himself. He just played all the instruments and just wanted to do it himself. So I mean, if it's something you want to do, if you think you really want to, I'd be more than happy to have you on there.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for the invitation. That's really kind of you. Yeah, it sounds fun, and yeah, let's make it work.
Cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
Doing business.
Doing business.
Doing business.
All right. Well, I know Rat Rod's got to get the hell out of here. You got a show to get to, and apparently I'm going.
Yes, you are.
You have
You
no
made the
choice.
deal.
Kidnapped
You made the
Scarlet
deal with the
Witch,
devil, man.
Here's the deal.
Got it.
You're either going willingly or you're going duct taped and gagged on the roof.
Nah, it's too cold for that. Too cold for that.
So-
I spent the last 3 weeks way down south, man. I'm still not used to getting to. I'm glad I brought warm weather back with me.
And he's too big.
And you
And Will,
did.
he's too big for me to stop now.
The beard's too big to
I
stop.
know. I'm just what I'm talking about.
All right. Well, we ran late. We started late. We ran late. We're right about up on that time crunch. As usual, thank you to Toxic. You guys,
Yes, thank you.
Without you, I can't do this. I could, but it would
talking to
hurt.
yourself.
It would hurt. It would
Without a
hurt lot.
microphone, no headphones.
It would hurt a lot.
No project. Yeah.
So as always, anybody that's interested in, if you're interested in podcasting, you're interested in doing any kind of shows, get in touch with Toxic Radio. Talk to Mike Francolino. He's the big
Toxic.
boss man. It's his thing. It's his deal. When everybody else kind of folded their business models during this pandemic, this guy turned around and spent money on his dream. And if you guys have any interests and you just something you want to do, please reach out to Toxic Radio. Reach out to Mike Francolino. He will take care of you. Literally, he coddles me like a little baby, and I love it. And
He likes
Yeah.
to be coddled.
yeah, I do like to be coddled. I can't help it. But yeah, anybody that's looking to do this, please get in touch. Michael's steering in the right direction. Thanks to Gentlemen and Rat Rod, as always, my
Thank
brothers.
you for having us, man. We
Yes,
really
thank
appreciate
you.
it.
It's always great when you guys are here. It's something that I feel comfortable anytime I'm in the room with you guys. It's I think we work well together, and I look forward to everything always that's coming up with you guys and what we all do together. Mr. Scarlet Rowe, brother, thank you very, very much.
No, thank you.
very
Thanks-
much.
thanks for
man.
having
I
me.
appreciate it. It's
Pleasure, man.
it's I think I both him and I both are a little giddy today that you're here. So it's
Oh, tonight's gonna be
it's
so
cool.
much fun.
Yeah, he's gonna have the perma smile on tonight. So, but thank you for coming by and thank you for your gift, dude. This is really awesome.
No, thank you. I really appreciate you asking me to come down here and be part of what you guys are doing.
Absolutely, dude.
It's really cool.
Absolutely.
It's really
and
cool.
honestly, going forward in the future here, again, I'm glad that you turned out to be the kind of guy I thought you were, and I'm going to tell you this now. If you've got anything going on, if you feel like you need to get a voice out and you need to come on the show and there's something you want to talk about, reach out, let me know.
Oh,
I
thank
will be
you.
more than happy to have you on
Appreciate that.
anytime, man.
Cheers.
Anytime.
Thank you.
Not a problem. Thanks to Vinny. Good job running the show today, Vinny.
Yeah, good job.
Good job, buddy.
The straw that stirs the drink.
There he
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
And there he is.
See, you needed a new co-host. There you go.
Hey.
I'll sell them to you
I'm,
really cheap.
I'm down. I'm
50
just going to
cents.
take him.
All right, I won't complain about that either.
Wendy and I'll take him for a while. He'll be good with us for a minute.
5 minutes. When do I go home? Do I get DP? When do I get? I'm tired. I want to go home.
No, not yet. Right? Not yet. Not yet. See, he knows. All right, guys. Thanks again for tuning in. First one back. I'll see you in 2 weeks. Keep taking care of each other. Love each other. Be with each other. And most of all, support each other. Thanks, guys at Toxic. Thanks for listening. Thanks, everybody, except Facebook. Sometimes you just piss me off. Peace.
Yeah.